Hallelujah. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, the owner, the creator, and possessor of all things. Forever live his anointed, beloved Son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. Another honor and humility. MELCHIZEDEK Ministries. I'm your brother, your servant, Malachi Maccabee. Y'all see the topic, the new covenant and circumcision. And what we've been doing is just basically going through the new covenant, showing how it is not a lawless covenant. Because some people say I'm under the new covenant, and then they try to use that as an excuse to eat whatever they want, worship however they want, marry whoever they want. What else? Now they're using the phrase new covenant to justify homosexuality, laying with prostitutes. Oh, and look, the Messiah did not die so you can just do whatever you want. That's the whole point. You understand? He actually raised the bar. We're gonna be talking today about like spiritual intention when it comes down to the commandments of the Most High, because you got your loophole Israelites out there too. Like, technically, I didn't do this, or technically, no. You got to be what the scripture call perfect, meaning complete or sincere in what you're doing, man. You can't be out here trying to hustle your people, get over, hustle the sisters and get over. You can't be trying to do none of that. You feel me? You got to be pure in your intentions. If not, the Most High will expose you, and you be getting tore out the frame around her. So Shabbat Shalom to the family. Praises, glory, and honor to the Most High once again for allowing us to come together and break bread. You could be under the TGIF vibration. Thank God it's Friday. And you be ready to what? Turn up, huh? I'm ready to turn up. It's Friday night. You know what I'm saying? 2 for 1. Yeah. And you ain't even tripping. This to Shabbat. When you get into some of the extra biblical endorsed books, it'll even let you know that the Shabbat is observed in the heavens. You feel me? By the Most High, the set apart angels and all that. So this is truly a set apart time. You feel me? Forget about Babylon and all this worries and problems. You can catch back up with Babylon the first day of the week. You dig? We entering into the rest and the Shabbat of the Most High. So how about we rest in Him and enjoy and feast, because this is a feast day. All right, and we're gonna throw down. We got some articles today also about the trade war with China. You know what I'm saying? That's going on with Donald Trump. Look, Donald Trump is a boy. That is a straight proud the white supremacist heathen, boy. I'm trying to tell you, you can't tell that heathen. That heathen worth $10 billion. You can't tell him nothing. What you gonna tell a heathen worth $10 billion? You dig? I'm talking about crazy. Knowing that China owned basically all the real estate in America, man. They purchase America's debt, and you got the nerve to go into a trade war with them. Boy, is you crazy? You feel me? He the chosen one. He know what he's doing. Yeah, claim he the chosen one, and then China like, oh, okay, well, we just devalue our currency then. You dig? Was going to directly affect the United States, you know what I'm saying, stock market. Everything you buy from China. You go to Walmart, everything you buy is made in China. So you're fighting a lose-lose battle, man. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share this on social media, my phone about that's why I was waiting on Big J to come on up here, Nehemiah, because he got the same charge I need. My phone about dead, but I'm about to go ahead and share this on social media, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shout some of y'all out, and then we're gonna pray on in. You dig? We're gonna pray with the passion and conviction that Hebrews are meant to pray in and with. You dig? We're not praying like Europeans, and we're not humming like Buddhists. We gonna be the Israelites the Most High called us to be. You dig? Because we want the Most High to pick up that red line. You know, we got a red line to the heavens. You got to be passionate about your prayers, man. You can't be praying like you just, dry. So that's what we've been doing lately, man. Just going over the new covenant. You feel me? Or what's called the renewed covenant. You understand? And showing how it's not lawless. It's all about order. If anything, it's even more disciplined than the old covenant. You know what I'm saying? So, no, man. It's an Android, but it's not the regular Android. It's that squirrel. I forget. Yeah, it's the squirrel one. You dig? So no, I ain't rich money. I ain't rich blood. Yeah, y'all iPhone Y'all iPhones over there, huh?
Right.
But it's the regular one though, ain't it? Yeah, it's the regular one everybody got. I got an Android, but the step up, this is where it ain't got the grooves on the back.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right, so you think.
No. That's y'all with them iPhones. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rich blood, you dig? All right, so let me show this real quick. Big J, where you at? Nehemiah, where you at? Hebrew. You dig? Pull on up. That Hebrew probably trying to save the world, boy. Nehemiah somewhere walking on water. Bro, I told you. That Hebrew crazy, boy. That's my brother, though. Trying to tell you. All right, let me go ahead and share this real quick. Oh, what's going on, sisters? You know, we got a brother in the building too. Blessings, first time here. You know, all praises. We got the daughters of Zion in the building. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all good. All right. So E baby, what's been going on? Because I know you know what I'm saying. You like my news reporter. You be letting me know what be going on.
I've been watching Trump.
She been watching Trump.
Yeah.
Trump ain't playing no games. What that he ain't playing no games?
Oh girl, he be talking about Jewish people, and then he said something like, "Oh, and not to mention she hates the Jews. She hates Jews. Is that simple? Nothing hard at all. She hates Jews." Like,
yeah, that dude.
But I be listening when he be talking. He separate when he say Jews from Jewish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
okay.
When you pay attention, you be like, man, they straight be talking like they be putting it out there in our face, and we straight go right past.
You know what they call that? They call it dog whistle politics. You know, a dog whistle is right outside the hearing range of the so-called human. But if you blow it, a dog will hear it. So basically what they be saying, what they really saying, you can't hear it for real. You got to really pay attention to the underlying agenda. Like, man, what you stop it? How you talking about Jewish folk? And again, your chief advisor is Jewish, Jared Kushner, your son-in-law. All over the Mideast trying to work out a Middle East peace deal. Your actual son-in-law married to your daughter, whom he said, well, he complimented his daughter on her body shape. Like, look at her shape. Isn't she? I was like, what is he? This is a heathen. Right. Make no mistake about it, man. I'm telling you, Trump is off the chain. Dig? Talking about he the chosen one. Man, this dude here is beyond nuts, man. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Yeah, man. He Donald Trump, man, something else. You dig? And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I be laughing like, wow. But you know, get it popping though. That's what I'm talking about. Let it go. What you saying? What you really saying? You know, I be up on the edge of my seat watching the news every day because I'm like, boy, you gonna hear something. It's impossible for you to be able to watch TV or listen to the radio without you hearing something that remind you of the Bible. You understand? Y'all know every movie that you watch or every TV show, the name Jesus Christ gonna come up. Somebody gonna say Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Gee, I mean, even if they, you know what I'm saying, it ain't even got to be a so-called religious movie or spiritual movie. You feel me? It is impossible for you to watch anything or hear anything and it won't remind you of something in the Bible. You feel me? That's how you know the scripture is real. You dig? It's impossible for you to watch the news and not hear something. Like, boy, when that volcano erupted in Hawaii last year, boy, and that lava was flowing faster than a car. Boy, it is impossible. Even the atheists had to be thinking, lake of fire, because that sucker was moving. You feel me? He just was out there taking pictures. I'm like, yeah, all right. Man, get you a head start on that lake, huh? Man, that sucker was moving. You dig? Like traffic. You know what I'm saying? When it ain't a rush hour, when it's moving. I'm like, dang. You dig? So, you know, anything you watch, man, you watch the news, it's going to remind you of the scripture. You listen to the radio or whatever, the TV, it's going to remind something, is going to remind you of something in the scripture. That's how you know. You understand? It's the truth. All right, let me go ahead and share this one again on Fake Crook real quick. And then we can go ahead and jump on in. All right. I remember the cartoons back in the day. They had the good angel on the one shoulder. And and the devil on the other shoulder. Yeah. Then you know the battle for your mind. You feel me? That's the battle Paul said in Romans, the 7th chapter. You understand? When I would do good, evil is present with me. You see what I'm saying? And like they showed you that in the cartoons back in the day. Like good angel pop up. Don't do it. And the devil pop up on this show. Ah, relax a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Have you some fun. You dig? And it'd be up to you to yield to either what's right or what's wrong, man. Understand? All right, put this on. Yeah, that's the battle. You feel me? That's where the war is at. Before it even get into the flesh, boy, you banging in your mind all day, casting out Satan. You know what I'm saying? He come knocking on your door. That's why you got to treat him like your straight stone cold enemy. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how your day been going. You stank. And when I see you, it's like that. That's how you got to be. Like you got to treat him like it's like that when I see you. We ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about what you got going on. Because if you don't handle him like that, you'll be rubbing knees with him. Cool with him. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. For real. You got to treat him like, dog, you's my straight enemy. Nigga, it's killer for you. That's how you gotta treat. That's how you gotta treat him. That's how you gotta treat him, man. It ain't gonna work no other way, y'all. It ain't gonna work. You gonna look up and be cool with him, sympathetic. You know, they got a song like that. And trip off this. The song is so seductive. They got a song called Sympathy for the Devil. And the crazy part is, I know you actually like, well, I guarantee if I played it right now, all y'all done heard it before. That's how subtle and seductive this bastard really is. He's slicker than snot. It's called Sympathy for the Devil. It's a song, right? And if you sit back when you hear it, you're gonna be like, yeah, I heard that before. Especially if you play video games like the John Maddens and all that. It used to be on the John Madden a couple years ago. You dig? Look, it be at the end of most movies. You dig? Wait till you hear the song. You gonna be y'all gonna be, if y'all around each other, y'all gonna look over each other like, get the hell out of here. That's a straight song called Sympathy for the Devil. And if you listen to the lyrics, you're gonna be like, wow. That's the whole thing. He wants you to feel sympathetic for him. Why can't he be forgiven? You dig? Nah, man, you playing a dangerous game. Dangerous game. Show you how evil these heathens are, man. You dig? And who they done made, you know what I'm saying? They in league with this heathen. This cloven-footed Louis C. Fur. Louis. I'm trying to tell y'all. Wait till y'all Google that or YouTube it and listen to it. Look, I guarantee you done heard it before. That's how common the song is. That's why you gotta watch out, man. Sometimes certain songs pop into your head. You've been subliminally seduced. You find yourself, you know what I'm saying, rapping something like, yeah, oh dang, yeah, kill a nigga. Like, dang, what am I over here saying? Boy, you've been overthrown temporarily real quick. Snap out of it. Oh, dang, man, I'm tripping.
Yeah. I should be like that with that music, because I be like,
yeah.
They be having some songs where I be like, okay, still my jam, but I can't play it.
Nah, man, you did. You gotta battle for that mind. You gotta make sure that the Most High is the driver all the time. Period. You dig? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Okay, share it to a group real quick, y'all. Shout some of y'all out, and let's go ahead and get the spirit moving up in her. Nehemiah, where you at? Pull up, Hebrew. Yeah, tell him he going off. Call him, tell me he going off, man. We already live. He probably listening. I know you're listening, Nee. Bro said I went to Riverside Junkyard on Hall Street. Okay, you in the 3-1 flow. Okay. And there was a satanic Bible in a junk car in perfect condition. I threw that mug under a car so no one could read it. You should have burnt it. I feel you though. No, hey, it's no time to be playing in this hour, man. You gotta treat the adversary like what he is. You feel me? Straight up. Ain't no sympathy for you. Because your soul is on the line. You know what I'm saying? Now's the time to go ahead, you feel me, and claim opposition in the Messiah, period. You know what I'm saying? Who's currently sitting at the right hand of the Father in the heavens, you dig, and claim authority over the adversary. All right? That's just what it is. All right, I'm almost done sharing this. Shout some of y'all out. And then we're going to go ahead and pray on in. Bow. 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 Bang, bang, bang. All right. I think that's about enough right there. All right. All right, let me shout some of y'all out real quick. Who we got up in the building? Who we got up in her? All right. All right, Shabbat Shalom to the family. Queen Tings, Proverbs 31. Shabbat Shalom. Blessings, blessings. Who else we got up in here? Benjamin, the Raven Wolf. Shabbat Shalom, me brethren. From the islands, blessings, blessings. Marcus Israel, my aqua, Omaha, Nebraska. They be putting them all that fire on them judges and magistrates. Blessings to you, Shabbat Shalom. Baruch Yah. Yeah, Trump is crazy. Special kind of crazy too, ain't he? But Shabbat Shalom to you, Akibe. North Little Rock in the building. My sister, I ain't seen you in a minute. She brew. Pull up. That's I-55 North. Pull up. All right. Where else we at? Ima Patel, my Ima from Delaware. Blessings to you and yours. Blessings to you and yours. Shabbat Shalom. Daoud Yakanan El. Shabbat Shalom. Mina J. My sister from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Blessings, sister. Blessings. Shabbat Shalom. Garland Dixon. Shalom, brothers. I'm in the Louvre. And now a law keeper. I want to be baptized. Hey, bro. That ain't no problem. You dig? Hit the description box in the video. Email us and let's get her done. We usually do them on the first day of the week, early in the morning, or what they call a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We drive out by the hour, the Merrimack River. You know what I'm saying? I think you'll like that better than that muddy Mississippi, brother. On out to that Merrimack Park, you dig? And let's get her done, Garland Dixon. It'd be an honor. Shaul the Benjamite. Bless up me, brother Benjamin. My Jamaican brothers in the building today. Blessings, blessings, Shabbat Shalom. Abdon, Shabbat Shalom, Bantu family. Blessings, Shabbat Shalom. Blessings, blessings. Simply J, my beautiful sister. Blessings to your sheep, bro. Shabbat Shalom. Raiza, y'all bless. My sister from the East Coast. Blessings. Ima Shambula Testimony Tuesday Praise Report. Shabbat Shalom, Ima. Blessings. Print Blake, my dirty South, brethren. Blessings to you, Print. You and your family, bro. Fight the good fight of faith, Hebrew. OM Dub, what's the word? Shabbat Shalom. UPS Israel. What that mean? Underpaid slaves, brother? I understand. Happy Shabbat day. Mount love your teacher from Chicago. Hey, bless. Hey, all praise to the Most High, brother. All praise to the Most High. All right. Who else we got up in the building? Yeshua Eliezer, my born again brethren from the D. Blessings, blessings. Soraya Strata, DD. Blessings. Shabbat Shalom, my sister. Shabbat Shalom. Jehuim. Shabbat Shalom. Bina Biv YAHUDAHS Yasher. My sister with the longest name in Israel, boy. Sister, you know you got that long extendo clip name there. Sister. Shabbat Shalom. Blessings. Blessings. Knock Willie Loud. Shabbat Shalom. J.I. Free. Shabbat Shalom. J.N. A gift from Elohim. I heard that. Shalom, family. Kawhi Bat Yisrael. Shalom. Shalom. Where we at? Where we at? All right, let me see. Let me see who else up in here. Ty Tully, my Ock from Cali. That Cali life like Ock. Blessings. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, who else we got up in here? Yanika C. Shabbat Shalom. All right. Let me see. August Dream. Shabbat Shalom. Let me see. Abia Israel music for the soul. That's right. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ak Dino. What up, Dino? Shabbat Shalom. Ak. What's the word? What's the word? Blessings. Blessings. What else we got? Biz account. Catch a chat. Sister, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I be going off sometimes. Blessings. Shabbat Shalom. Paris Lockhart, my brother. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Let me see who else we got up in here. Let me see. Let me see. Tiffany Danielle. You didn't change your last name. I thought you was Tiffany Outlaw. Tiffany Danielle. Shabbat Shalom, my sister. Odelia Bat Yisrael, my sister. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Where you at with some of that good food? Let me see. Soraya, she brew from the West Coast. Cali in the house. Shabbat Shalom. Blessings. Who else we got up in her? Seraphina, my sister. Shabbat Shalom in the building. All right. Look like we got about everybody. Fat Dave, my brother, David Anthony. Gadal Daweed. I've known that brother my whole life. Glad to see you tuned in, my brother. Tell everybody from the 3-1 flow, I said shalom. All right, let me see who else. My sister Georgia Peach, Nay Yisrael. My sister from the A, Shabbat Shalom. All right. Okay, Nehemiah and them coming. That's good. Let me see. Who else we got? Tamika Durham, Shabbat Shalom, one love. Akata Harbor, one love. Zion from Patterson, New Jersey. All right, brother. Shalom. Tarsha Robinson, my sister. Shabbat Shalom. And may the Most High bless you 100-fold for all your support, my sister. All right, Alberta Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom. Big O 581, Uncle Obed in the house. Shabbat Shalom, Hebrew. I see food on your stuff. The Popeyes chicken sandwich craze is a sign that Negroes are under control. Yeah, man, I've been hearing. Y'all done heard about that? The Popeyes chicken and Chick-fil-A or something going on? What's going on with that? I ain't had a chance to catch up with that. And Negroes lined up around the corner. Yeah. Y'all remember a couple years ago, KFC gave out all that free chicken. Man, it was Negroes, boy. I'm talking about lined up all the way to the highway trying to get. I said, boy, if these heathens want to poison us, boy, it ain't hard. You've been studied. They know the Negro love him some chicken, boy. I'll tell you what, Negro love him some chicken. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that show that we have been studied. If y'all ever seen Undercover Brother, that movie? You feel me? The Colonel's Fried Chicken. You dig? The Colonel's Fried Chicken. Everybody was going crazy over that chicken, boy. Boy, them heathens wanted to straight, like, on a mass scale. I think with the KFC one they did a couple years ago, they used Oprah Winfrey. She was the one that like broadcasted. Go buy KFC today and you get a free meal. And I'm like, the heathens don't do nothing just to be doing it just because they think you hungry. like what's going on here? Man, I always stop and think, man. Straight up. Man, it's crazy. That's why we got to get out. Look, I'm telling y'all, I'm about that off the grid life, man. We need to be getting our people together. You dig? We can shut down the restaurants. Just have all our sisters cook. Just like, I can cook. Food off the chain, Bring your brother plate, Yeah, we can shut all that down. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me see. Where we at? All right. Let me see. I think I shouted everybody out. Talia Yisrael, my sister. That's the daughter of Ema Patel. My sister from Delaware. Blessings to you, my sister. Shabbat Shalom to you and your whole tribe, your fam. Tell your young son, Shabbat Shalom. All right, where we at? Who else I got up in here? Tell Kaya Straw, North Carolina. My sister, Shabbat Shalom to you. She brew. Yeah. Real thing this. All right, let me see. Okay, Ada Davis, Imam, blessings to you. Psalm 51, Shalom. All right. Look like we about all good. T Harp, Shabbat Shalom, J.I. Free. The Milwaukee brothers are here, man. That's right. Got mad love for my Milwaukee family. Blessings. All right. Oh, okay. Tiffany Danielle Outlaw. Okay, I got you, sister. I got you. Say name changing around here. What you up to? All right. Big O says and cross the entire, but Negroes going crazy over that Popeye chicken sandwich like that. Nehemiah did send something out earlier, man, but he sent out so much stuff. Sometimes you can't even catch up. He said, "You ain't give my woman. You ain't give my woman." No, I'm pretty sure I did, but brother. I ain't get a chance to read all that. That bro go in. That's our minister information right there, man. Blessed, may the Most High bless the hands of Nehemiah. All right. Sister, she stopped eating meat 8 days ago. I hear you. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, but I'm not there yet. I'm just not there yet, but I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I've been cutting back. I just ain't all the way there yet. Adonai ben YAHUDAHS, Shabbat Shalom, the husband of Akoti, Odelia, Israel in the building. Blessings to you. All right. Solomon Mack, my brother. Blessings to you. Shalom, Laurice Clark. Man, I'm gonna have to stop shouting y'all out because the numbers steady going up on the chat. I can't shout out 121 people now, y'all. Dizzy 911, Shalom, hallelujah, Shekinah, Shalom, family. All right. Set apart living, Rodney Hearn. Where you at, Roddy Rod? You right here in Jennings. Where you at, Hebrew? Brent, would you say the day you stop eating meat is the day is no longer in your reach, huh, brother? I cut back a little taste, man. Sometimes it be good, See no Chuck, check my inbox. I most definitely will, brother. All right, it's all good. All right, y'all, we about to go ahead and get it started. We about to go ahead and pray on in. Y'all see the title, The New Covenant and Circumcision. And then if you look up at the corner, that's the Honor and Humility logo. So we just upgraded the account, you know what I'm saying? Might as well. What we talking about is what we got it for, you feel me? And basically we going over the New Covenant and Circumcision and showing the spiritual significance of the circumcision. You feel me? Which has to be higher than something that's just in your flesh. You feel me? And think about it. Sisters can't even get physically circumcised. So how can they be considered under the covenant of the Most High? So that right there in itself shows you there's a higher, deeper understanding of circumcision than just physical. Do we teach against physical circumcision? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All my sons circumcised. What you mean? You dig? But there will be a lot of circumcised, garment wearing, fringe wearing Negroes in the lake of fire as well. So we just gotta, we gotta balance it on out and figure out what's really being said here. You understand? What's up with y'all? What's going on? I'm just saying, you gotta balance everything out, man. You know what I'm saying? And really see, the thing about it is, if you ain't dealing with the commandments of the Most High with true intentions, it can be manipulated. You know what I'm saying? And you can be like, nah, bro, no, I never stole from you. Baby, I never. And you be like, but how come every time, you know what I'm saying, I get up, I see you goosenecking over there into my purse, like you look like, what is you looking? See, the mindset to steal is already on him. He's already guilty of it. That's the point. You feel me? Not because I physically ain't reached over there and grabbed that stack about your, you know what I'm saying, purse or whatever. It's because the problem is if it's her, it eventually get physical. You feel me? So you gotta bring the war to where it's conceived at, in the mind. The war's in the mind. You chop sin there, it'll never get physical. It'll never get in your flesh. You dig? So that's the teaching of the Messiah. That's what he brought. And he elevated, he actually raised the bar. The new covenant did not lower anything, so you had the right to be evil. That's what people out here teach. You feel me? Creflo Dollar and them, they teach you were under the new covenant, you ain't got to keep the commandments. But he's still getting that tithe money though, ain't he? He's still getting that tithe money though. You dig? You even got Israelites saying you down to the new covenant, you ain't got to keep the Sabbath, you can eat whatever you want. I'm like, but what y'all lead the church for? That's what the church teach. Then you got these churches out here teaching that, you know what I'm saying, that it's okay because we up under the new covenant to be a homosexual. See, so the new covenant has not been understood according to the scripture. People are actually using the new covenant and what's called the order of Melchizedek as an excuse to go against the Most High. That's dangerous, man. You feel me? And all while trying to use Paul to do it. You just don't understand Paul. They call how you know they don't understand? They call him Pauline today. Well, we're up under the Pauline doctrine. So then you look up and be like, okay, that's why this whole earth is under that transgender vibration. Paul was a man. Pauline is a woman. Oh, wait. You dig? Satan is slicker than snot. I keep trying to tell folks. You got to stay focused, man. You dig? And if we don't focus, we're going to lose this salvation we got coming. All right. So let's go ahead and get this done. All praise and glory now to the Most High. Yak Eli, blessings. I'm the boy. Yeah, you've been making brick without straw, Hebrew. I already know you in for the night. I picked that Hebrew up. What that Hebrew like he about to pass out. You know what I'm saying? Master had his whip on him for 13 hours a day, boy. Serious beds. All right, y'all. We about to pray on in. Y'all know how we do. We pray according as it is in the Bible. So being in the west, we face Jerusalem. Jerusalem is east toward that corner over there, bro. All right. And that's, you can find that in Daniel, the 6th chapter, verses 1 through 10. And also 1 Kings, the 8th chapter, verses 20 through 44. Face the land that you were brought from. So we claim and we know and we say without stuttering or batting the eye that we are the children of Israel that were thrown into slavery. Yeah, so we face east, not because we Muslims or not because we praying toward a welling wall. We're facing Jerusalem and keeping the instructions in the Bible. Also, in pursuing the 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, verse 8, we have to spread forth our hands, not to clasp them together like this, but to spread them forth. That's also 1 Kings 8 and 54. 1 Timothy 2 and 8, 1 Kings 8 and 54 tell you to spread forth your hands. All right, Daniel 6 and 10 tell you to face Jerusalem. All right. Also, 1 Kings 8, 20 through 44. You'll see it right in there too. Face the land that you was brought from. All right. Not hold hands in a circle. All right. Also, in pursuing the 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, women are to cover their heads when praying or prophesying, and men are to uncover their heads when praying or prophesying. And that has to do, when you look to cover up, it has to do with the top of it, the top of your head. You understand? Some people are like, well, you got this around your head. This is covered. You know what I'm saying? So it being wrapped is no problem. All right, y'all. So what we're going to do, we're going to do what's called the Master's Prayer. When they ask the Messiah how to pray, you know, our Father who art in heaven, we're going to do that in the Hebrew tongue. And then we're going to do it in English. And then we're going to petition the heavens. We're going to petition the throne of the Almighty that he send down his Holy Spirit, his Ruach HaKodesh, that's how you say it in Hebrew, to live in us forevermore. All right. And we're going to do that in the name of Yahushua, the Messiah. You know it's Jesus the Christ today, or Yahushua HaMashiach. All right, so y'all just repeat after me. You understand? If you know what I'm saying, repeat. Not just hold it in your spirit. All right, but we definitely gonna roar. We not here to whisper and use our inside voice in elevator music. No, this is not Titanic music. We got to roar around this deal. All right, all praise and glory now to the Most High. Repeat after me. Abinu, Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh, Shimka, Tabo, Malkuteka, yeah, I say, Ratzonka, Kabashamayim, Cain, Baoret, Etlakim, Kukenu, Tanglanu, Hayom, Uslaklanu, Oh, Kataenu, Kamo, Shelso King, Gam, Anaknu, Lakotin, Lanu, Wa'o, Tabienu, Lide, Nisayon, Ki, In, Kotzenu, Mean Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaka, Wahagbura, Wahatifaret, Laome, Olamin, Amen. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yah, our Father in heaven. Holy is your name. May your kingdom come and your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we also have forgiven those who sinned against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yah. Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh. Yahweh. Elohim. HaKodesh, let your power and your mind live in us forever. Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua, Yod-Heh, Wav-Heh, Yahweh, Elohim, El Elyon, rain down your Ruach HaKodesh, let your power and your mind live in us forever. Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua, Yod-Heh, Wav-Heh, Yahweh, Elohim, El Elyon, rain down your Ruach HaKodesh, let your power and your mind live in us forever. Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua, Yod-Heh, Wav-Heh, Yahweh, Elohim, El Elyon, rain down your Ruach HaKodesh, let your power and your mind live in us forever. Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua, 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 Yahushua. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yahweh. Let's get it. Long to the King, baby. Hanging it down, y'all good. All right, y'all. Welcome. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High. Honor the Creator and Possessor of everything and all things. Whoever lives, anointed, beloved Son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. All right, y'all. Let's get started. Let's get started. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. Let's get started. Let's get started. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, y'all, I'm gonna do a screen share. We're gonna go over this trade war with China real quick. Keep y'all up abreast in the news. Babylon is falling when you're done talking. Also, we're gonna go over the G7 summit. You know what I'm saying? Where all the world leaders come together. Basically, the 10 horns. They all come together. You know what I'm saying? Another name for it is like the EU or the European Economic Community. It went to many names since Bible days. You know what I'm saying? But hey, all the same thing. All the same thing. All right. So what I'm gonna do a screen share real quick. All right. All praise, glory, nana. All right. Let me do a screen share. Bow. In fact, hold on for a second. I'm going off. Do this right here like that. Beam. All right. Screen share that deal like that. All right. Let's go ahead and do the entire screen. All right. So we're gonna share. All right. Let me pull this on up. All right, this right here is the New York Times. Hey, Nehemiah, if you're listening, I need you charger when you pull up, Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I'll be able to monitor what's going on real quick. All right, so look, this is New York Times, y'all. All right, Trump says he will raise existing tariffs on Chinese goods to 30%. Import, exports, you know, that's how a country survives. Off what it brings in, or you know what I'm saying, what it sends out, exports, all that. So he raising the tariff or the tax on Chinese goods to 30%. Y'all, that's major. You feel me? And when he be doing that, the stock market be dropping like I'm talking about on a major league level. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're done talking, China done bought all the United States debt. You feel me? And China has eminent domain in the United States. And the eminent domain basically meaning you control all the real estate. You control the land. China owns over 40% of the United States. You feel me? So with them devaluing their currency, that has a direct effect on the United States stock market. That's why I be dropping. Right? You feel what I'm saying? So you seen it, man. We on the edge of the collapse of the so-called or the influence and the power of the Federal Reserve note, you know, is the United States dollar. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing, man. These trade wars actually lead to physical wars. It collapses the economy. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with recessions and all that. Remember the Great Depression back in the early 1900s? And like, you want to bring it in. I know right now it don't seem like it because you can go to Walmart and, you know what I'm saying, buy whatever you want to buy. You feel me? But those that know, those that study the economy for real, you understand? International bankers. A couple years ago, it was like 80 international bankers that killed themselves. They could see this thing down the line. Like, there is no way this thing can recover. You see, while we over here selling our soul for some Federal Reserve debt notes, some slave owners. You understand? You was amped talking about they finna put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. That was supposed to have been this month, August 2019. You feel me? I just feel eyes feels free now. It's the same system. You all amped over a tub dub. A tub dub. They put her on the $20 bill. A tub dub. Stop it, man. The Negro has to stop being so simple, man. Please stop. Please stop. You know what I'm saying? Come on, she about to get put on the $20 bill. We making progress, but it represents the same capitalistic construct. So this is major, y'all. I know a lot of y'all be like, what they got to do with us? They got to do with us in every way. Everything you buy is from China. Everything you buy. You understand? You ain't buying too many goods that are made in America these days. What's the last thing you bought that was made in America? I mean, for the most part, none of this stuff is made. Even like the so-called cars. You know what I'm saying? Like Ford and GM and all that. You know, they outsourcing them. Yeah, a lot of that's being outsourced out of this country, and then, you know what I'm saying, produce out of the country and then brought back in. It's just the name. You thinking it's American made and all that, you did. So that's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. So yeah, Trump says he will raise existing tariffs on Chinese goods at 30%. All right. It says President Trump in a tweet said he would raise tariffs on $250 billion worth of Chinese goods to 30%. Huh? Y'all, that's a $250 billion. $250 billion is a $250 billion from the current rate of 25% beginning in October the 1st. All right. So let's get into it. August 23rd, 2019, updated at 9:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so roughly an hour ago. All right. It says President Trump said he would increase taxes on all Chinese goods and demanded that American companies, he ain't asked, he demanded that American companies stop doing business with China as his angle toward Beijing and his Federal Reserve Chair boiled over on Friday. He telling everybody, hey, get out of bed with China. You dig? How you gonna do that when they own your debt? Trump's job is to bankrupt. If y'all ain't figured it out by now, he was put in place by the elite to bankrupt this deal. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. You feel me? And the good old white folk they thought he was the savior, the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? His daddy was a Klansman. You know, they got pictures of him in his Klan robe. So they thinking they getting the good old days back. That's dog whistle politics again. Good old days, huh? Like they call the Republican Party, the GOP, the good old party. You know, the good old days was when a nigga couldn't look a heathen in the face. Or if we was walking on the same sidewalk, you better get down in the mud and let the heathen pass. The good old days. The nigga knew his place. See, the dog whistle politics. You gotta watch out. Dig? You're so busy clapping, and Trump's a businessman, child. He helping us with the business. Yeah, it's a lot of deception going on, man. It's a lot. You dig? These heathens right in your face telling you what it is. It's just you're not listening to the word play. The good old days. That's what they say. That's what they say to each other if they around one of us. But they know we don't understand what's being said here. Good old days. I miss the good old, the old heathen. Catch a heathen boy about 70 years old with a hunchback walking with a cane or something up in Whole Foods. You dig? Talking to, his little Missy. Talking to his little Missy. Boy, I miss the good old days. That's dog whistle politics, y'all. They just told y'all they missed the days when so-called niggas was in their place. Especially when we be having our short leggers out in the mall praying loud. Yahoo! Scaring heathens. They say they missed them good old days, boy. You feel me? And Trump actually tickled their fancy. Had them thinking that's what he was put in office to do. Make America great again, right? That's dog whistle politics. Make America great again. You dig? It only rolls in power off the back, the blood, sweat, tears, and deception of the Hebrew slaves. So what you talking about them days? Dog whistle politics. You ain't really tripping. Nick Rose out here fighting over Trump. Make America great again. What you mean? Back when you was lower than snail nuts? You talking about back then? Back when your back was even with the ground? Back when you knew your place? Those are the good old days for them. You feel me? Because that's when they was in power. You understand? Real talk. All right, so trip off this. 12 hours. 12 hours after China said it would retaliate. It will retaliate against Mr. Trump's next round of tariffs by raising taxes on American goods. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, we're going to retaliate back. You see? Y'all, this is war. Before war gets physical, it's paperwork. It's character assassination. You feel me? Bloodshed is the last step of war. That's why they call this a trade war. You feel me? That's why they call this a trade war. Bloodshed is the last step of warfare. By the time you get the bloodshed and all that, all the diplomacy and all the legislation and the treaties and all that went on back there. By the time you get to the bloodshed, that's the last stage of war. And those they're using words like retaliate. That sound like we had to retaliate in them streets, baby. What you mean? No. So 12 hours after China said it would retaliate against Mr. Trump's next round of tariffs by raising taxes on American goods, Mr. Trump said he would boast the existing tariffs on $250 billion worth of Chinese goods to 30% from 25% on October 1st. Look, roughly over a month from now. Y'all think this ain't about to affect the economy? It's going to affect it in a major way. And he said the United States would tax an additional $300 billion worth of Chinese imports at a 15% rate rather than 10% he had initially planned. Those levies go into effect on September 1st. These heathens ain't playing. He about to bankrupt this deal, boy. It was never about making it great again. I know you heathens mad. Heathens mad, boy. You thought Trump was your savior. You thought it was what it was. No, it's coming down. That's the whole point. You dig? And Israel is coming up. The creator of heaven and earth has orchestrated all this. He's the ultimate puppet master. He raised kingdoms up and he dropped them. He raised them and he dropped them. Ask Nebuchadnezzar in the book of Daniel. He gave him the mind of an animal. Daniel the prophet said, man, you better repent. You dig? He gave him the mind of an animal. He was like, didn't I do this? And look at all this I built. And it was because of me. He said within that same hour, Most High told him, boy, you going to the field. You about to eat on the grass of the earth. Until 7 times, 7 years pass over you. Until you open up your mouth and confess. It's only the king of heaven that set up and drop kingdoms. You feel me? Trump is the modern day Pharaoh. If you ever want to know what Pharaoh was like in ancient Egypt, look no further than the White House. You feel me? Donald Trump. That's his real name. Trump. Drumpf. I ain't making it up. You feel me? All these heathens changed their names. Donald Trump. Yeah. Now watch this. China should not have put new tariffs on $75 billion of United States product, politically motivated, Mr. Trump said on Twitter. Starting on October 1st, the $250 billion of goods and products from China currently being taxed at 25% will be taxed at 30%. Trump like, yeah, whatever. In a series of angry tweets earlier in the day, Mr. Trump called for American companies to cut ties with Beijing and said the United States would be economically stronger without China. Those comments sent stocks plunging. Why is that? You see what he doing? The stock didn't go up behind him saying that. Huh? And the investors and all them, the financial advisors, they all know, you know what I'm saying, how dependent America is on China's economy. You feel me? Don't take no rocket science. Follow the money. Follow the products and where they made it. You biting the hand that feeds you. You cutting your own throat. Soon as he say that, the stocks plummeted. They didn't go up. Huh?
He said he put like over 200 million people out of jobs over in China, so it's looking good on our
What that dude, man. I'm telling you, sometimes I sit back and laugh at that heathen. Like, man, this heathen is nuts, boy. Whoever giving him orders, boy, man.
So it's looking real good for us.
Oh man. Now watch this. It said those common sense stocks plunging, helping push the market to its fourth straight weekly loss. Wow. The president also called the Fed chair, Jerome H. Powell, an enemy. Now trip off that. Trump appointed the Fed chair. Trump, this heathen is nuts, man. Helping push the market to its fourth straight weekly loss. The president also called the Fed chair, Jerome H. Powell, an enemy of the United States and compared him to President Xi Jinping of China, his trade nemesis, after Mr. Powell declined to signal an imminent cut in interest rates. Now, there's somebody that got his appointment from Donald Trump. He straight called it the cat. He appointed an enemy, right? It says after Mr. Powell declined to signal an imminent cut in interest rates. Man, Mr. Trump has been counting on Mr. Powell to help blunt the effect of his trade war by cutting interest rates to keep the economy humming. But the Fed chair like, I can't do that. What are you doing? so then Trump called him an enemy. You heard him. What do you mean? He using common sense when it comes to economics. I can't cut the interest rates. You feel me? And you raising taxes on the products we bringing in and shipping out. I can't cut the interest. What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, that's straight up. So he say, while Mr. Powell said on Friday that the Fed could push through another cut if the economy weakened further, he suggested that the central bank's ability to limit economic damage from the president's trade war was constrained. My only question is, who was our bigger enemy, Jay Powell or Chairman Xi? The president tweeted. And you know what I'm saying? It's the first president to be on that social media, boy. I'm talking about telling all the United States business. They're gonna need mine right there, y'all. Mr. Trump's tariff announcement came after financial markets had closed for the day, but his earlier response to China had already unnerved investors who worried that the trade war between the world's two largest economies will further drag on global growth. Stocks fell sharply on Friday. Why would we be live and Negroes be calling me? I don't get it. Stocks fell sharply on Friday with the S&P 500 closing down 2.6%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down slightly more than 2%, and the technology-heavy NASDAQ index fell 3%. Behind the tirade was the growing reality that the type of trade war Mr. Trump. Shabbat Shalom! All right, sisters, y'all be safe. Y'all be safe. Shabbat Shalom, rock Israel. Hallelujah.
Christ is the conquering king.
That's right, forever and ever. Behind the tirade was the growing reality that the type of trade war Mr. Trump once called easy to win is proven to be more difficult and economically damaging than the president envisioned. Mr. Trump's stiff tariffs on Chinese goods have been met with reciprocal levies, hurting American farmers and companies and contributing to a global slowdown. Hey, did you get, hey, Neat, grab that charger for the you got it. Good looking out. Good looking. On Friday, China said it would increase tariffs on $75 billion worth of American goods. Man, y'all, we in the middle of it, including crude oil, automobiles, and farm products like soybeans, of course, abomination, pork and corn in response to Mr. Trump's plan to tax an additional $300 billion worth of Chinese goods in September and December. All right. The higher rates will only aggravate the financial pain from the trade war, which is already raising prices for businesses and consumers across the globe. Even before the new 30% rate, Mr. Trump's existing tariffs were expected to cost the average American household more than $800 a year, according to research by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And Mr. Trump's next $300 billion tranche will affect consumer products like toys, smartphones, and clothing. All right. Y'all can finish reading all that, man. Like this thing is serious. You know what I'm saying? And you right in the middle of it. And again, y'all, this from the New York Times. And that's about Trump's existing trade war with China. Stocks have failed for a fourth straight week. You dig? And you in the middle of it. You in the middle of it. And eventually you're just gonna have to go to war behind it. And don't forget, China owns the debt of the United States of America. China owns it. You know what I'm saying? So they own the debt and they got eminent domain. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Trump talking about, it ain't enough. It ain't enough, you dig? So, you know, all praises to the Most High. Just wanted to go over there with our people while we running around, you know what I'm saying, spewing hatred and not loving one another, you dig, and trying to be like heathens or whatever it may be, you dig. It's all worthless in the end, you feel me? Because this economy, this stock market, everything that you know about this good old United Snakes of America is coming down. You feel me? And Israel is coming up, and our Messiah as King will rule forever and ever. So all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Next article got us just about the Trump heading. While he did all that, he was also going to meet with world leaders. You know what I'm saying? Heading to the G7 summit after insulting allied world leaders. See, Trump even going off on his allies. This dude is nuts, man. Try to tell y'all, man, this dude is like something else. All right, Trump slammed Denmark's comments as nasty. Y'all listen to this real quickly. Y'all can. See if I can play this. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Shabbat Shalom to all entering the chat.
So when she tried Newt Gaines' scent blasted church.
Shabbat Shalom and blessings to all who will be watching the rebroadcast. Thank the Most High one more time for allowing us to come together. What is this? What is this? This right here is
the delivery woman.
Ad. Let's get through the ad.
Awkward.
Let's y'all hear the series real quick. Donald Trump is nuts, man. That even is nuts. All right.
No, Denmark, I look forward to going, but I thought that the Prime Minister's statement that it was absurd, it was an absurd idea, it was nasty. I thought it was an inappropriate statement. All she had to do is say, no, we wouldn't be interested, but we can't treat the United States of America the way they treated us under President Obama. I thought it was a very not nice way of saying something. They could have told me, no, this is something that's been discussed for many years. Harry Truman had the idea of Greenland. I had the idea. Other people have had the idea. It goes back into the early 1900s. But Harry Truman very strongly thought it was a good idea. I think it's a good idea because Denmark is losing $700 million a year with it.
Sell him green.
It doesn't do them any good. But
all
they had to do is say, no, we'd rather not do that, or we'd rather not talk about it. Don't say what an absurd idea that is. Because she's not talking to me. Excuse me. She's not talking to me. She's talking to the United States of America. You don't talk to the United States that way, at least under me. Now, President Obama, when they wouldn't let him land in the Philippines, when they treated him so badly in so many places, the Philippines is one that comes to mind. That's different. That's different. They can treat him any way they want to. That's up to him. But they can't treat the United States with a statement, how absurd.
How absurd. Boy, this heathen HERBAL is something special. He basically said, look, y'all not finna handle me like that. Y'all can talk to Obama how y'all want to. Y'all just not finna handle me like that. And all because they don't want to sell him Greenland. Well, I'll tell you. All right, here we go right here. Let me go ahead and move this over. As President Trump departs for France to represent the U.S. at the G7 summit of world leaders, the memories of the insults he has leveled against key U.S. allies will still be fresh. Like, man, you've been talking all that, and now you got to go see everybody you've been talking crazy about. And he'll be interacting with some of those same leaders over the next few days. In recent weeks, the president has lashed out at some of the United States' steadfast friends while offering glowing words for strong men like North Korea's Kim Jong-un and Russia's Vladimir Putin. In recent days, Mr. Trump has revived his suggestion that Russia should be reinstated into the group of 7 leaders of major advanced economies, blaming former President Obama for allowing Russia to annex Crimea. This dude, man. Mr. Trump sometimes suggests America's friends treat her worse than her enemies. This cat making enemies all over the board, boy. I'm telling you, particularly on trade, a worldview and approach to international politics that critics say sends the wrong signal to a watching world. Our allies take advantage of us far greater than our enemies. The president told his audience at a manufacturing plant in Pennsylvania earlier this month. Earlier this week, the president unloaded on Denmark's prime minister for suggesting Greenland is indeed not for sale, describing her comments as nasty and suddenly canceling his trip to Denmark. Mr. Trump described his disgust in detail to reporters on the White House South Lawn Wednesday. No, Denmark. I look forward to going, but I thought that the prime minister's statement that it was absurd, that it was an absurd idea, it was nasty. Mr. Trump said Wednesday, I thought it was an inappropriate statement. All she had to do was say no. We wouldn't be interested. But we can't treat the United States of America the way they treated us under President Obama. I thought it was a very not nice way of saying something. He's also laid into Britain, France, and Germany for not taking back ISIS fighters captured in Syria, threatening to release the fighters back into those countries. And by the way, we're holding thousands of ISIS fighters right now, and Europe has to take them. Mr. Trump also told reporters on the White House South Lawn Wednesday, and if Europe doesn't take them, I'll have no choice but to release them. If he giving ultimatums, if Europe don't take these ISIS fighters I got, I will have no choice but to release them into the countries from which they came, which is Germany and France and other places. Like, look, if y'all don't take these fighters off my hands, I'm gonna unleash them on y'all countries. This dude is crazy, man. The president has also voiced intense frustration with G7 member France and French President Emmanuel Macron over trade-related issues, even threatening to place tariffs on French wines. This cat is placing taxes on everybody, right? All the imports coming in, man, I'm raising the tax. You want us to buy y'all goods? I'm raising the tax. What you mean? France has put a digital tax on our great American technology companies. The president tweeted last month, if anybody taxes them, it should be their home country, the USA. We will announce a substantial reciprocal action on Macron's foolishness shortly. Mr. Trump, who does not drink alcohol. Huh? Yeah, right. Mr. Trump, who does not drink alcohol, added, I've always said American wine is better than French wine. You know, so Trump just, he run across the board making enemies. It ain't no thing. Babylon is falling, y'all. Babylon the Great is falling. You feel me? When you see trade wars, when you see all this, we're going to start this off, y'all, in Revelation the 18th chapter. Revelation the 18th chapter. You dig? And just show you, man, part of America falling has to do with her economy. You know what I'm saying? Part of America falling has to do with her economy falling. Man, that man talk crazy, man. You dig? Thank all y'all for y'all prayers and y'all support. But as y'all see, man, everything is tipsy-turvy, topsy-turvy, you dig? This is no time for you to be so in love with America, right? You need to be loving your maker and loving his people. You know what I'm saying? And moving toward one another, man. You know what I'm saying? Looking to build with one another. You dig? This place coming down. Everything you know is coming down. You dig? Straight up. Straight up. It's all coming down. You dig? Your enemies are falling and Israel is rising. Where are you going to fall in the midst of it? You know what I'm saying? People try to make you feel bad. You sound like a nationalist. Yeah, I'm a Hebrew nationalist. Yes, of course. I'm all about the nation of Israel. I'm unapologetic. Unapologetically. You feel me? That's right, Hebrew. We about our people rising, and not just rising, conquering this earth. Yes, my family is noble. They'll be of the noble class, nobility. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man. You dig? You wasn't made to be a thug. You dig? You women wasn't made to be a bad chick. Yeah, what they call them, thoughts and all that. Go ahead and speak on it, Nehemiah. What's good? You want to come on up here, brother? What's going on, man? You see, something that's with the back. Yeah. You know, I got a place for you up here, brother. I don't want to break your thought. Go ahead, brother. I don't want to break your thoughts, brother. You know, I understand. You know what I'm saying? See you over there, you know. Impart to some of your wisdom, brother. Impart to some of your wisdom, brother. What you saying?
No, I'm just saying, man, you know, we run around here and we claim everything else. We claim nigga, color, GD, vice lord, you know what I'm saying? Crip, blood, 606 deuce.
Everything.
Everything. And you know, you ask a man who he is or where he come from or his place of origins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only thing he tell you is what? I'm Christian. What? What? But you know, the religions are not nations, right? But that's usually the title you'll get. Then you say I'm African American, which that title never even existed in the world. Africans don't call themselves Africans. I'm from Libya, Nigeria, from the Congo. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the South or the North Africa, whatever. I'm from Israel. You know what I'm saying? Only you just and American. So you're the product of two continents, right? If I plant an orange tree in America and I plant an orange tree in Africa, it's still a damn orange. It's just what it is. That Ghana trip he made.
Yeah, Steve Harvey. You can't take these Negroes serious. He just was talking about he don't want to hear nothing about no slavery. He go over there, boy, and have an emotional moment, huh? These niggas, you can't trust these Negroes, boy. I'm trying to tell you. You can't hold them accountable.
Well, you know, when you lose your show, you got nothing else to do but go see something, right?
I'm just saying, like, whenever you're not held accountable, you can't trust nobody like that.
You can't.
You flying around here like you your own man, you can't be told nothing. That ain't in the Bible nowhere. Men were under orders, and you know what I'm saying? Well, you talking about the old or new covenant? Men were under orders, man. Paul told Timothy, I charge you in the sight of the Most High and the elect angels. You understand? Observe this commandment without partiality. You dig? Don't do nothing partial. You dig? I charge you. Go out here and get this work done. You see? If a man ain't accountable, how can you even trust a person like that?
You can't.
You feel me? Yeah, you know he's not accountable. If he ain't accountable, how could he even be a benefit to what we got going on? You feel me? Like you may need him to do something. Like I said, we get together and form something. You know what I'm saying? Like any type of organization or whatever. Like people that play key positions in that, even if you just somebody that's brand new coming in, you still are held accountable to uphold something, to perform a certain task. You dig? Men flying around here talking about they not accountable. Like what you think you about to be a part of? You dig? The 12 disciples couldn't say that. I'm my own man. I'm under the order of Maccabees. I'm under the New Testament, the New Covenant. I'm my own man. I just do what I want to do. Can't tell me nothing. That ain't what the Messiah set up. It's crazy. But Revelation 18 is where we're gonna go first. Just to show y'all signs of Babylon falling. The economy has everything to do with that as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a major league part of it. When Rome fell. When Rome fell, you feel me? The economy. And what they did to distract you from it falling, they increased the games, the Coliseum sports. You understand? So you could cope with the inevitable that everything was crumbling. You know what I'm saying? To distract you.
Do that now.
It's the same exact thing.
St. Louis NFL.
The distractions.
St. Louis
right?
soccer.
So Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen. And it's become the habitation of devils with an S. You feel me? Devils meaning demons. Many of them. Right? That shouldn't be that hard to understand. Where you at now? Right? Trip off the legislation that gets passed now. Trip off society now. You feel me? Everybody's an atheist or a nihilist, which simply mean there's no hope in life. There's no purpose. I just was made to die or get money or whatever you did. Now, it said it has become the habitation or living place of devils and the hold of every foul spirit. Huh? Not some foul spirits, every. So it's the habitation of devils and the holding place of every foul spirit. And you love this place? And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Man, that is major right there. Devils, huh? Every foul spirit. It's the living place of devils and of every foul spirit, right? And it's a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. But you flying the United States of America's flag
in front of your house.
You did. Like Babylon got it. If Babylon ain't here, where is that? That's the question. If it ain't here, then where? And you do know, if you say, okay, Mali, it's Saudi Arabia. Well, that means you got to prove to us that Saudi Arabia is the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit. You dig? Huh? You can marry your dog here. You can't do that in Saudi Arabia. You can make love to your tailpipe of your car. They on YouTube doing it. You can't do that in Saudi Arabia. Huh? They got sex bots here. They don't got that in Saudi Arabia. They cutting people's head off in Saudi Arabia. Homosexuality, Leroy can marry Rufus. Huh? Come on, man. Wherever you get, because you want to spur where you at and say, no, it ain't this. Well, hold on. If we just slow down and reread what we talking about, we got to show that it's the habitation or the living place of devils, gender neutrality, transgenders, gay pride. They got gay pride festivals in Saudi Arabia. Not with them cutting heads off. I guarantee they don't. Huh? So we got to show that it is the habitation of devils and a holding place of every foul spirit and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Yeah. Every. It's a culmination of everything before it. You dig? Now watch this. For all. Now you want to say something?
I was saying, when you think about it, man, when you sit here and you look at liberty, just the concept that you at liberty to do whatever you want, that's not even globally understood. You know what I'm saying? There's orders. You know, there's different nations that actually police the television and information that's put out there. Like, you're not going to sit there and have the Playboy channel over in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. They police that. You know, what's socially acceptable that we let our people see. Mm-hmm. Also, you got the melting pot. That's another thing. Because all these people that come over here and say they're looking for some type of asylum or a sanctuary, those are the people who breaking away from their culture because they don't like it. Because they want to be homosexual. They want to come over here and take whatever foul spirit is over here, right, because they don't like their personal culture.
Right.
Not because they, you know what I'm saying, the culture did them bad. It might did according to what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But listen, when you got a melting pot and the illusion of inclusion and liberty, I guarantee you just proven you found every devil and every foul spirit.
Right, you mingling
because you do as you will to.
Yeah.
And whose doctrine is that?
And Aleister Crowley, the devil. Yeah, Jay-Z, yeah, he's a disciple of Aleister Crowley. Do what thou will. So wherever you, because people want to spur the United States of America, the USA Babylon, because they want to spur it. They try to come up with all these twisted doctrines. So I said, no, this ain't. It can't be. Jimmy can join the Boy Scouts. Man, look at it. President. Trump just said everything was going good with the stock market, and no, it's the good old days, right? Meanwhile, you dig? Meanwhile, right? If you look at what's going on, you be like, come on, morality has took a nosedive. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about, bro, since when you can, man, look, they had this boy 9 years old on TV dressed up like a girl, and its parents supporting it. Huh? Had its hair done, you dig? Nails done. I always felt like a girl in a boy's body. Huh? You can't tell, you cannot tell me, you understand, that this goes on wherever else you talking about. There's places in Africa, nigga, that'll kill you if you show up over there talking about something, you a homosexual. They president, them like, man, we kill sodomites. You know what I'm saying? Saudi Arabia, they over there chopping heads off. I'm talking about they still got the curved swords. Yeah. You dig? So that place can't be the holding place of every foul spirit. You understand? Can't be. You dig? But this place is. You can be living next door to a witch. Yeah, when they walking up in city councils all over America, nigga, talking about some hell, the devil. Huh? When they building statues of Baphomet in every capital across America, what the hell you mean? Verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Now we talking trade. Merchants of the earth. A merchant has merchandise, and they have waxing rich through the abundance of her delicacies. You see, now is it ironic that Trump is in a trade war right now as we speak, raising taxes on anybody to get on his nerves? What is you talking about? So we already identified the foul spirits. You feel me? We already identified this a habitation of devils. Yeah. And now we talking about what? How the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. Why you think all these nations be trying to pour into her? You dig? And set up shop where? In your neighborhoods. Huh? You that black gold, boy. Heard about, well, we done read about you niggas, boy. Boy, y'all, it is truly a wonder how all y'all live in this city right here and don't own or produce nothing as small as a toothpick. Huh? Maybe we can move right on in and put our store right there at the top of their block. They ain't even got together and thought about putting the store up there themselves. Huh? No, this is the place you can pull right on in and take advantage of that black gold, them same slaves that they got rich off of. That's why there's no excuse for the nation, man. You dig? Because look, how you think America became so powerful in so short of a time? You dig? Off the blood, rape, robbery, and deception of the Hebrew slaves and the ignorance of the Hebrew slaves. You dig? So then slavery just transforms or it morphs. That's it. That's it. You understand? So physically you ain't shackled. Well, we are physically shackled. You go to the prison industrial complex. That's a whole nother piece of madness. You dig? But even down to the Negroes that walking around like he free, still shackled in his mind. You dig? Because we don't even organize to even control, you dig, our the 4 blocks right here. Why the hell is it a Palestinian owning this store, this whole strip right here? Right next door. You see? So yeah, the merchants of the earth and wax rich, they like, look, we got the game, boy, we want, you feel me? And then the condition is the same way in every ghetto across America. Every nation is in the ghetto. You dig? Getting rich, hand over fist, and ain't putting a dime back into the community. Hell, even I was watching the documentary on the big drug dealers back in the 60s and 70s when they pushing heroin and all that. They had a little run. You dig? And I'm thinking, I'm like, none of these niggas even thought to at least rebuild the community where we at. At least buy all the houses. You know what I'm saying? At least put the stores of it. No, what they did, they got their money and brought them mansions out there next to Joe Gambino and them. You dig? I'm like, man, I'm talking about truly destroyed, even if we got the money. Right? You the money while they chasing fake Benjamins. You the money. We the money. You dig? That's how they get rich. Off our ignorance. We are the delicacies that the whole earth know about. And that's why they all try to pour into here from these little war-torn countries, and they set up shop. Africans, Chinese, Italians, it don't matter. Who you talking about? Put it right in the ghetto. All right. And also it says all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, her policies. They trying to spread demonocracy across the earth. Doc. You dig? So you have the right, so Susie can have the right to marry Becky. You understand? So the Arab women can feel the feminist movement. You know, you don't even see Arab women over here. That's how put up they women is, boy. You don't even see them. You dig? But you see our sisters, boy, be right up in them little stores working for these Ishmaelites. Right? They done spread this sense of democracy across the earth, which comes with all type of spirits. You understand? All type of demons, all of it. You dig? Homosexuality is another one. Come with all that. Bestiality and all that. You dig? And the ancient nations like, man, we not falling for that. Get that on about her. All right? But her whole thing is to what? Have all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right? Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. My people. Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Understand? That's another scripture right there to show you we meant to be together. We supposed to be amongst each other while we here, like we was in every other captivity. That way, when it's commanded to come out, you understand? We already living as if we in the kingdom because we deal with each other. No matter what I need, I gotta call a brethren to get it done. That's how we should be thinking. You feel me? Because eventually you gotta come up out of here. You see, you gotta come up out of this way of thinking. You gotta come out of this way of living. Y'all gotta come together. You can get it done. Nick Rose invented everything. Since when? I don't know if that can happen. Stop short selling yourself. The article we read a couple weeks ago, what the world would be like without black people. Wouldn't be no world. You done invented everything.
The flavor.
Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven. Elohim have remembered her iniquities. Hallelujah. Reward her even as she rewarded you. And double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she have filled to her double. So she ain't just getting paid back. She getting a double up.
Portion.
That's powerful. That's beautiful. It's well deserved.
More? Boy, who deserves it more?
It's well deserved. All right. Well deserved. Verse 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen. And am no widow. And she'll see no sorrow.
That's
right?
How she feels too.
I'm saying, but these heathens run around, they jogging through Forest Park, oblivious to judgment. These heathens actually believe that their kingdom would not fall. What about your average heathen? You feel me? They getting up drinking beet juice, running through Forest Park, jogging. You dig? And I'm talking about oblivious to the judgment because in their mind, they're like, who can get at America? Who? All right? 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Most High, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, Elohim, who judges her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So when this deal get judged, you dig, people are going to see the judgment happen. That's outside his borders. Going to see the judgment happen. And say, well, the judgment coming quick. The Most High open up on Babylon, boy, it ain't going to take him. It's not going to take him 7,000 years to get rid of this place. 1 hour. Ain't no problem. Wrap this on up.
All that time building it, but that judgment destroyed.
Yeah. He said, it don't take long for it to drop. Took all that time to build it up, huh? Verse 11. Verse 11. Right? And the merchants of the earth shall weep. Now, why are the merchants weeping? because they have gotten rich. Y'all seen the King of New York? You got fat while we starved, right? If the merchants are mourning, it's because they have no way to sell their merchandise. Merchants have merchandise. Now, guess who's the one buying all the merchandise? Yes. The Negro is the #1 consumer. Y'all know this. Look, everybody know. Over $13 trillion a year. So we can't even act like we don't have the resources. Like we don't have the money. It passed right through our hands every year. $13 trillion, boy. Huh? And as a nation, boy, we don't produce nothing as small as a toothpick. Nothing as small as cotton balls. Huh? Q-tips. I mean, even the Amish make furniture. What do you Negroes make? And the Amish, for the most part, live off the grid and still created them a lane, you understand? Economically speaking. What do you Negroes produce? Nothing. You just buy it. So that's why the merchants are going to be mourning, because there's no more merchandise. There's no more Israelite slaves to buy the merchandise. You dig? Straight up. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. It's about this: the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves. And who? Slaves. Working hard like a Hebrew slave, huh? And souls of men, right? And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. And thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things, they keep bringing up merchants. Huh? Because with her economy falling, that's why they be panicking when the Dow Jones is dropped. All right, you just thinking it's just a phrase. No, look, y'all, if the economy falls, you understand, technically it's a wrap. It's a wrap. There's no economy. There's no exchanging of goods and services. And more importantly, there's no more ignorant slaves, you understand, to buy those so-called merchandise. Negro then came together and been called about her. And even while you're here, that's why that's a threat. That's why the Black Panthers was a threat. They came together and said, look, we're gonna start our own food programs and our own health services. They just didn't have the Most High with them. You know what I'm saying? They had the 10-point program and not the 10 commandments. You dig? But what they were doing was a threat, because all of it is a foreshadowing of what Israel finally gonna come together and say, we're gonna do for ourselves. We don't need you heathens for nothing. Yeah, that's what time it is, man. Revolution. You understand? Nation time revolution. There's a lot of responsibility to come with it, but you be all right. You be all right, man. You dig? Time for you to stop getting babied. You know what I'm saying? Got you a bib on. Somebody got to put a thermometer in your mouth and give you some chicken noodle soup and check your temperature and tuck you in and rub you down with Vicks Vapor Rub. Man, you a man. Man up. Go ahead, Rock. You gonna say something?
I was gonna say, man, we gotta stop. We talk about these heathens, we gotta stop taking out Africans, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole thing with Steve Harvey thing, I heard that they trying to open up us to come back to Ghana, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Even though we the same
Rights
color,
return.
even though we the same color, we're not Africans.
No, we're not. Yeah. We're not Hamites at all.
Don't get caught up with this slick shit, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? The slick of them trying to say we together, we just come on back home and that ain't our home.
Man, I heard the ambassador, the African ambassador for the AU. She was here in the United States and spoke. I went and heard her speak. You did, and that's the vibration they all pushing. Africa, come on home to Africa. But then in her speech, she going to how $500 billion is getting raped about the continent by the French and other European colonial powers every year. and how $50 billion of that is paid out in corruption to the leaders of these African nations. You dig? And you what? So we just finna come on back over there and just get the contracts to rebuild? Like, yeah, look, y'all don't understand who y'all dealing with. Y'all dealing with a devil. You dig? If they are getting their coffers filled with 500 billion yearly, raping about the continent. You dig? And then they paying 10% of that 50 billion to these so-called Hamitic leaders. And what you say, you Negro, we just finna come on back over there and just all the doctors and the lawyers and the teachers, and we gonna build our own. And man, stop it. Stop it. It's gonna be war. You dig? And anytime you hit the money, you already know what you start. You talking about over $550 billion. You gonna affect. And they ain't because and you finna do what? Mighty funny, we talking about China. China buying up Africa too. You know what I'm saying? All the ports and everything, redeveloping everything. You know what I'm saying? The world power's in play around here. You dig? It's real tough. You got something to say, boy? I see you over there. So I see you over there clean your throat, boy.
It's crazy that the Chinese, like you say, ain't got no politician, movement. They just doing everything together with their own people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And look, it's just time for Israel to look, get with your own people, man. What's wrong with that, man?
They wasn't wrong for the wall. Nobody criticized them for the Great Wall.
What, the Chinese? Yeah, speak on it. Speak on it.
No, I'm saying so you know, I was watching, this is a while ago, some Malcolm X's old speeches, and he was talking about the Van Dam conference and all that, when all of our, you know, blacks come together without the whites included, right? Then he went into like how China, if you even use that rubric, it would make sense, right? So they came together to build the wall to protect themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they closed the walls, right? They took themselves from the outside world. As we said, we shouldn't be influenced by the what? Outside world.
Right.
Then what they did, they took all what they call the Uncle Toms, right? Lined them all up and killed them all.
Mm.
All the ones that would be traitors or traitor life, or the ones that ain't totally dedicated to the uplifting of your nation, they killed them.
Yeah. Then they closed their doors because, you know, Great Britain had a stronghold in China. If you watch Ip Man, you'll see. You'll see.
That's what the whole thing's around.
Yeah, if you watch Ip Man, you know it's like who was them heathens that was up in China? It was the Queen and them, the British. You see what I'm saying? And so what they did with their revolution, they had to close the door on the world for 20 years, killed all the Uncle Toms, like me saying, re-educated their own, and showed back up 20 years later as a world power to be reckoned with. Oh yeah, I don't. The Coon worse than the Klan. I feel you.
Because they the ones who really messing us up. You know what I'm saying? So get them out, and then we can deal with our enemy head to head.
Yeah.
We ain't got to have this off.
They got a whole program. The way they do school, the way they exercise at work, they move on one whole different program. Like what you go over there and see, you don't see it. You know what I'm saying? They condition their children the way they putting out better scores. You know what I'm saying? Putting out all that, bro.
And that's the thing. You feel me? Like we got to get out of the mindset of not being accountable. Like what revolution or what kind of success you finna have in any type of war? You dig? Like you don't go. What branch of military you gonna go in and say, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no buck private. I'm a lieutenant. And I ain't got to listen to the lieutenant. I'm gonna go right to the general. You dig? The buck private don't talk to the general. In other words, everything requires structure. What job do you work? You know, what business do you own or work for? Everything in existence has a chain of command, bro, even in the heavens. So look, we got to kill that spirit like we ain't accountable to each other. Yes, we are. You understand? Like, yes, we are. Man, that's all throughout the scripture. I don't care if you're talking about the Old Testament or the New Testament. You understand? Paul and them was setting up order when they were setting up bodies of believers. When it was a free fall, you just do what you want to do. No, it won't be successful like that. It's sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Rob.
Bro, that's a gangster. That's that. I always say we was raised wrong because we thought gangsters was you know. So it's about being soldiers, man. You know what I'm saying? It's about being soldiers and warriors. You know what I'm saying? That's what we would build up. Not no gangster.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Chain of command and its consequences and repercussions, or what the Bible calls judgments.
Just I don't know if you heard about my brother saying about that movie Godfather Harlem. It's about Bumpy Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it brings in Malcolm X more because Malcolm and Bumpy, they were close.
Okay.
But they had a different mentality of the community.
Okay.
But it was one part of the movie that I liked. Malcolm said, every man right here ready to die for what they believe in.
Right.
And that just hit me so hard because understanding, like, listen, this is deeper than what you talk about this world situations. We dealing with something deeper. We dealing with something deeper. We put our lives on the line. You can't deal with a people like that. Yeah. That's a strong people. Yeah, it is.
It is. It is. Beyond, look, and that's why he say, they said in 1 John, 3rd chapter, 14 through the 16th verse, you dig? Greater love have no man in this, that he lay down his life for his brothers. Was friends. Like the Messiah died for us. Well, we have the same mindset. See, that's nation talking right there. You understand? Because that's a force to be reckoned with. You can't deal with nothing like that. Yeah, they already died for each other. Yeah, you better stand down then. You feel me? You better stand down. Now watch this right here. All right, the verse 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company in the ships or in ships and all and sellers and as many as trade by sea stood afar. We've been reading about merchants. We're reading about trade, y'all. The global economy is all interconnected like a spider's web. You feel me? So if it's fluctuations over in China, it directly affects America. You know what I'm saying? We reading merchants, we reading trade. That lets you know the economy is a main part of a nation's survival. You dig? If it falls, the nation falls. You dig? If it falls, the nation falls. Now watch this. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. And this sucker surrounded on what, 3 sides by water? It's all type of ports up and down the East Coast, West Coast, and Gulf Coast. You dig? I mean, come on now, that's another you know what I'm saying, telltale sign that this is Babylon. Look how many ports it got. All up and down the West Coast, Pacific Ocean, all down the South Coast of the Gulf Coast, all them states down there, and then all up the Eastern shores. Them all ports. Come on, man. Verse 20. It says, rejoice over her. I mean, be happy, you know. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Elohim have avenged you on her. We supposed to be happy when this deal get judged, man. Right? Until then, it says, gather yourselves together. Before this day right here, before this day happened, we ought to be moving toward each other, networking and all that. Of course, the sword's going to come out. Of course, we're going to have our arguments about the scripture. Yeah, of course. What you mean? We ain't going on hush mode about nothing. You dig? But our differences should make us hate one another. You see, the Most High is trying us. You see, to see, are y'all really ready to be a nation? We're going to see eye to eye when the Messiah returns. Isaiah the 52nd chapter. We're going to see eye to eye then. You dig? But are you really ready to be this world dominating power? You dig? Or you going to let a disagreement make you hate your brother and sister? Right. You don't do it with your physical family like that, do you? Man, it's good. We're gonna tear the city up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tear the city up if we got to. You dig? So how much more should it be for your spiritual family? Messiah say, my family are those that, you know, do the will of my Father. Right? All right, so you got physical family, you got spiritual family. Your zeal for your spiritual family should be even more. Should be even more. That don't mean you don't love your physical family. But the bond we got in the spirit should supersede all this flesh. You see? And brothers getting to this, sisters getting to this, and her because you may pronounce Hebrew different than them. So I don't mess with them, man. Niggas say, you dig? Or because you see scriptures different. You dig? But it ain't the Israelite I done bumped into since I've been in this walk. There's certain things we don't see eye to eye on. That does not mean you're supposed to hate your brothers and sisters, man. You dig? That's another trick of COINTELPRO. All right? And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down. With violence, boy. Not with smoothness, not with elevator music. Violence. And shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. So no more music before the football games and the baseball games and the basketball games. No F1, no jets flying over the stadium and no more saluting the flag. No. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. No more marriages, because she is ended. For thy merchants, there go the word merchant again. Right? For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Dang. How you think she casting spells on all nations? Through her entertainment, through her religions, through her politics. It's all sorcery, y'all. Sorcery. We walking around under a spell. And in her was found the blood of prophets. Okay, well, come on. We the children of the prophets. You talking about Saudi Arabia. You dig? See, people is trying to soften the blow that the Most High got. Most High got smoke for this place, man. Believe it or not, you dig? And it behoove you and do you better to find out and hurry up and get on your good foot and become an enemy of this place. Not trying to uphold it and soften the blow, or just because a few white folk may be listening, you don't want to tell it how it is. Man, look, it's what it is. Feel me? It ain't because we wrote it, it's because it's already been written. So stand on the word. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that was slain upon the earth. Hallelujah. You got something, Rock? Go ahead.
I was just saying, ain't come to negotiate.
Nah.
Ain't come to negotiate.
No, ain't no negotiation.
It's coming down.
It is what it is. All right, y'all. We about to go ahead and get this prayer off. It's roughly 6:32 a.m. in the Holy Land. And then we're going to go ahead and get into our topic at hand, the new covenant and circumcision. New covenant and circumcision. Boy, you see that, boy? Let me show you that, boy. Let me see your boy name, my boy. See that there up top there, boy? Upgrade us, son. All right.
Is that the logo?
Yeah. We took this. We had to take the little duck up off that deal, that boy.
No crackers?
Let me see if I can view this on YouTube.
No Malachi Maccabee in the corner?
No Malachi Maccabees in the corner. All right. Bang, bang, bang. Let me see if I can play it like this. Let's see. They let us do it like that. All right. Bang, bang. Let me see if I can play it like that. Let's see. Dang, son. Let's see. They let us do it like that. All right. Bang, bang. Let me see if I can play it like that. Dang, son.
Watching you all live.
There we go. We do it like that. Let me see if I can play like that. I still ain't gonna be able to see it like that, though. I just wanted to see. I'm playing around with stuff, y'all. Y'all forgive you, brother. All right, y'all. We about to go ahead and pray. You dig? We about to roar, rattle the heavens, and then we gonna hit a few scriptures over circumcision under the new covenant as well, man. Because we just was going over how everybody used the new covenant as an excuse to be a sodomite now, eat what you want, worship how you want, marry who you want. You know. Now we under the new covenant as if it's an excuse, not realizing the Messiah raised the bar. He didn't. His death didn't lower the standards of the Most High. It actually raised it. You dig? So that's what we going over today. You dig? So all praises, all glory, honor to the Most High. All right, y'all. So look, we about to do the Most High's prayer in the Hebrew and in the English, and then we gonna pray that the Most High send forth His Ruach, His Holy Spirit, to dwell in us forever. Let's go ahead and get into these scriptures, man, and then get up out of here. How we looking? You good? Good, son? Good, Pete? Now, man, come on, man. Stop claiming that, man. You going off. You going off. All right? Got my brothers in the building, you know what I'm saying? Well, I feel like I can conquer an army now, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bow-legged in the shoulders. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get her done. Let's go ahead and get her done. Y'all repeat after me. Abinu.
Abinu.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Yid Kadesh.
Yid Kadesh.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Tabo.
Tabo.
Malkuteka.
Malakuteka.
Yease.
Yease.
Ratzonka.
Ratzonka.
Kabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Cain.
Cain.
Baret.
Baret.
Etlakim.
Etlakim.
Kukenu.
Kukenu.
Tanglanu.
Tanglanu.
Hayo.
Hayo.
Uslaklanu.
Usaklanu.
Oh.
Oh.
Kataenu.
Katainu.
Kamo.
Kamo.
Shelsokim.
Shelsokim.
Gam.
Gam.
Anaknu.
Anaknu.
Lakotin.
Lakotin.
Lanu.
Lanu.
Wa'o.
Wa'o.
Tabienu.
Tabienu.
Lide.
Lide.
Nisayo.
Nisayo.
Ki.
Ki.
In.
In.
Kotsenu.
Kotsenu.
Min hara.
Mihara.
Kilaka.
Kilaka.
Hamamlaka.
Hamamlaka.
Wahagura.
Baragua.
Wahativaret.
Baratiwe.
Laome.
Laome.
Olamin.
Olami.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yah, our Father
Our Father
in heaven.
in heaven.
Holy is your name.
Holy is thy name.
May your kingdom come
May your kingdom come.
and your will be done
And your will be done.
in earth
In earth.
as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread
our daily
and
bread.
forgive us
Forgive us
our sins
our sins
as we also
as we
have
also
forgiven those
forgive
who
those
sinned against us.
who sin against us.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from the evil one.
from the evil
For
one.
yours is the kingdom
For yours is the kingdom
and the power
and the power
and the glory
and the glory
forever
forever
and ever.
and ever.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yah. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Elohim.
Elohim.
El-El-Yo.
El-El-Yo.
Rain down
Rain down
your Ruach
your Ruach
HaKodesh.
HaKodesh.
Let your power
Let your power
and your mind
and your mind
live
live
in us
in us
forever.
forever.
By Hashem,
By Hashem.
Hamashiach,
Mashiach.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Elohim,
Elohim.
El-El-Yo.
El-El-Yo.
Rain down
Rain down
your Ruach
your Ruach
HaKodesh.
HaKodesh.
Let your power
Let your power
and your mind
and your mind
live
live
in us
in us
forever.
forever.
By Hashem,
By Hashem.
Hamashiach,
Mashiach.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Elohim,
Elohim.
El-El-Yo.
El-El-Yo.
Rain down
Rain down
your Ruach
your Ruach
HaKodesh.
HaKodesh.
Let your power
Let your power
and your mind
and your mind
live
live
in us
in us
forever.
forever.
By Hashem,
By Hashem.
Hamashiach,
Mashiach.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Elohim,
Elohim.
El-El-Yo.
El-El-Yo.
Rain down
Rain down
your Ruach
your Ruach
HaKodesh.
HaKodesh.
Let your power
Let your power
and your mind
and your mind
live
live
in us
in us
forever.
forever.
By Hashem,
By Hashem.
Hamashiach,
Mashiach.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
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 Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yeah. Real thing this. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Boy, we went back there to
Yeah.
the street teaching days, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, boy,
All
y'all know our
praise.
brother Rock out here, boy. Our brother Rock, man, been banging with Israel a mighty long time.
That's
And
right.
Man, it's good.
That's right.
He
Yeah.
ain't the tallest.
Yeah. ain't none of us all.
Hey, bro.
You gotta be tall in this world.
Hey,
Yeah.
boy, hey, look. But that boy got a roar on him, boy.
That's
Y'all
right.
used to have to say, somebody used to hold a book up like this. Boy, he used to hold the book up.
Yeah.
Roaring.
Used to be scaring heathens.
Hey, boy.
He's out there in the streets teaching, boy.
Stop like this.
Yeah. That's right, y'all. We don't pray like European heathens.
Hey, we're going to some old
Yeah.
videos, Rock, boy. You just brought that old voice in,
Yeah.
Rock screaming.
I
on
say
the road.
power. That's right. That's right. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
brother, he woke me up. I was on faith. Woke me up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That Hebrew was starting to fade to black over here. Boy, them prayers come out, boy. You up now? Yeah.
Boy.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Real thing this. Real thing this. All praises, Yahoo.
Boy, get Yahoo in between the prayers.
Yeah.
Yahoo!
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You walk around.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
boy, it was good to see my brother. Boy, he was feeling.
that way. That's how we supposed to be praying, boy.
That's how we supposed to pray.
Yeah, we got a red line to the heavens, man. Use it.
Find me quickly.
Yeah.
He said we don't pray like no heathen.
Nah, we don't pray like no heathen, man. We're supposed to roar. You dig? When you really believe something, you're passionate about it.
Right,
You
you
dig?
like this today.
Yeah.
We lying around.
That's how he
Yeah.
read.
All right, y'all. First scripture we're gonna go to is Jeremiah 31. Jeremiah 31, verse 31 to 34. And we're gonna read about the new covenant, first prophesied, you dig, in what's called the Old Testament and the prophet of Jeremiah. All right, so you don't be getting all the way over to the New Testament and think, you know what I'm saying, it's something new that ain't been prophesied to happen. It was coming. But if you've been watching the last few videos we've been putting out, the New Testament or New Covenant is not a lawless covenant. You feel me? Or what's called the order of Melchizedek is not a out of order or orderless order. The first word is order in it. You see? And if anything, you know what the Messiah did? He raised the bar. The Most High heightened his standards for us. You know what I'm saying? Through the revelation of his son. Go ahead, Rob.
And I was just going to say, that's when you saying that earlier, you think the Most High going to establish something, then come back and say, oh,
Don't worry about it.
now. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about all that. You can just do anything now. It don't make sense, bro.
Yeah.
It don't make sense at all.
It don't make sense at all. Like, it's like the Messiah died, so the Most High lowered his standards now. You dig? And it's Israelites that teach it too, not just the so-called pastors. Israelites that teach it. Like, don't keep the Sabbath. You can eat what you want. You dig? No holy days. I'm like, man, y'all obviously the Messiah ain't been revealed to you. And you know how dangerous that doctrine is, boy. You gonna get some Negroes to get out here and say, "Oh, I basically can do what I want." It's like you gotta watch what you teach and what you speak, because there are those who are not as learned. You dig? Not as learned, and they mess around to hear you say something and be like, "Oh, well, basically you saying I can do whatever I want to do." You dig? And then now you done made him two more fold a child of hell, you know, than yourself, because you wasn't circumspect.
All of us, you know how the world is, they looking for that.
Yeah.
They looking to hear to say, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to do it, you know, the world want to do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You got a lust to be out of order, not to be held accountable. But the Elohim, or the God of this book, sets a very high standard. You feel me? But he wouldn't have said it if, you know what I'm saying, he didn't think you could attain it. That's the whole thing. Our whole thing is to operate and regulate like we sons of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. Messiah came in as the example so you could follow him and be like him. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're supposed to be trying to achieve every second of our life. You dig? Not, okay, yeah, I believe, and then now you just plateau off and drop off, and now you out here, I'm talking about out here pimping women. You dig? Because you claim you, but oh wait, I believe, but I'm a new covenant, so I can pimp women now. Really? Like, where is you reading this at? You can't leave a child to himself, right? And you can't just leave Israel to itself and saying, just come up with your own righteousness now. Just do what you want to do. That's
Just
dangerous.
explain that, bro. You just talked about that. Now a 9-year-old don't even know how to prepare its meals
Yeah.
properly. A 9-year-old don't know how, you know what I'm saying, to properly even cross the street in most cases.
Yeah.
A 9-year-old even know all the colors of the rainbow. 9-year-old definitely know how to work through those types of quantum physics and stuff like that. You have these exceptions, but for the most part. So how would you leave a 9-year-old to sexuality when they shouldn't even be talking about sex in the first place?
You put a child in the bulldozer, what you gonna get? Destruction.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna be destroying.
You're gonna be destroying everything. Or the child pick up a baby pick up a fully automatic. Boy, I don't know nothing about no guns. Boy, just pull that and just get the spraying. But it's gonna
First
be
thing aiming is at the people he loves.
it's gonna be a problem. You dig? So again, the new covenant, y'all, is not a covenant that's lawless. You dig? And the order of Melchizedek is not a spiritual order or order of priests that's without order. You dig? We gonna prove it. In Jeremiah 31 and 31, you got that, knee?
Yep.
Jeremiah 31 and 31 through 34. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, let's get it. All praise and glory now to the Most High. All right, the new covenant and circumcision. That's what we're talking about today. All right, let's get it, Hebrew.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31.
Yeah.
Behold, the days come, said YAHUDAHS, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
With the house of who?
Israel.
Come on.
And with the house of Yahudah.
And with the house of Yahudah. Go ahead.
You say a new covenant, that new covenant belongs to Israel, not everybody else.
Exactly.
Okay, I just want
Exactly. It don't say the Russians.
Yeah.
Now we say we don't have the authority to make the Bible say what we want it to say. We don't have that authority, y'all. We don't have that. I mean, people want it to be that, but we actually do not have the authority to do that. So outside of your feelings or whatever you feel, it don't matter. It don't matter. We don't have that ability or that authority. Scripture tells us don't add to the word, don't take from it. See what I'm saying? The new covenant is with the people he said it was going to be with. Period. End of story. All right?
So our people who follow sanity can't keep saying that this new covenant is for everybody.
No, it's not.
Stop saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got bamboozled by this religion. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say it's for everybody. The book says the new covenant goes to Israel. You can't get around it.
No, you can't get around it.
And that's the new covenant.
Yeah, the new covenant. All right.
Being talked about in what they call the Old
Testament. Ain't that crazy? See, so the new covenant was prophesied in the Old Testament that you say stay out of. But I have no problem because Paul repeated that in Hebrews 8. This very chapter right here, this very witness, right? Go ahead, Hebrew, verse 32.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break. Although I was an husband unto them, said YAHUDAHS.
So it's going into our forefathers who broke that covenant and set up a golden calf as soon as we got up out of Egypt and start going against the Almighty. You see what I'm saying? But notice the words them is in there and they, right? It don't say nothing about you know what I'm saying, Bruce Lee and them. It don't say nothing about, I mean, nobody, the Queen of England. It don't say nothing about Vladimir Putin. None of them. This right here. No, I ain't got one on. You need it, you going down? All right, go ahead. All right.
That's just about to,
All right, Stain. Here you go.
Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Most High.
Yeah.
I will put my law.
I'll put my what?
My law.
Come on.
In their inward parts.
My law. See, so this covenant is not lawless.
That's right.
You feel me? It's an upgrade. And if you watch any of the series we did before this, you'll see it's actually going back to the place to where it was meant to be in the first place, in your mind. Moses said that in Deuteronomy 10, circumcise the foreskin of your heart. Huh?
Ain't nobody
These
cutting no
words,
chest open, is it?
these words shall be as frontlets between your eyes, right here.
That's right.
Right? That's why the imposter Jews put boxes on their head that long.
A little
They're not even realizing it's spiritual. These laws are supposed to be in your mind, the inward parts. You feel me? Because if they there and you guard them there, it'll never get physical. You understand? You'll never be to the point physically to where you'll be violated, because you'll check it when sin come attempting to invade in. You'll check it right at the door. You can get behind me, Satan. Bye. No, you stink. I don't like you. Matter of fact, I'm offended. You just try to tempt me with that. Right? You gotta start treating the devil like he an enemy that you, boy, when you see, like, nigga, hey, when I see you, it's on and cracking. You better be ducking when I see you. Like, go ahead.
Look, man, look, we have to stop giving in to sin, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come up behind it and say we sorry for it. If you felt it, you entertained it, you rocked it, that was willful sin.
Yeah.
There's never been a forgiveness platform for that. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes we know, and I'm just speaking on where we're going with it anyway, because we have to understand and recognize sin at our gate. You know what I'm talking about? The minute I might see, his wallet say hit the ground, right? Instead of saying, hey, bro, right, hey, man, go ahead and pick that wallet up, man. He dropped the wallet. I wait for him to turn his head and hopefully get up to walk to do what? Grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, say I don't get the tip, get it out. And he say, he get to the door, say, oh, man, I got my wallet. Here you go, brother. But you already entertained that, huh? You sinned against that man. He just was lucky enough to get his wallet back. But you had plans. You've been seeing it fall.
Exactly.
My brother, now he's getting really hard, back young. Always in mind.
It is.
That's the war. It's not an outwardly war. It's that thought when Satan come your head.
That's what I'm talking about, the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
When Satan come your mind and say, do this, you got it automatically now. Say, go with the word, or how you want to do, go against that. That's wicked.
Because the wicked thought hits your mind first, bro, before it takes action. Before you rape somebody, you know what I'm talking about, you thought about it. Before you stole from somebody, you thought. Before you rolled up on that cat to go take his life, you thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Before you hit the bank up, you thought about it.
Yeah.
These are premeditated law breaking. And when you had the old covenant, or when you dealt with the shadow, man, it was a great class we did.
Hallelujah.
The shadow and the light.
Yeah, the shadow
Shadow
and the light.
Spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, or the shadow and the very image of the thing. Yeah.
So, we're looking at this. You can go and take turtle doves and all that and spill their blood, but now realize that's actually your blood that's supposed to be spilled. You see what I'm saying? That's why we get to Hebrews again when we're going. You already understand that these things could have never satisfied. It's you. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm just saying this to our people, man. I think we can rock better with each other and remove the illness out of us, man. Sin is illness. And you playing with it. When he said, like you said, look, because I know this is how you say that the greatest enemy is the inner me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You conquer self, the kingdom of God dwells within you. That's all I'm saying. That's my little attitude.
Hallelujah, brother. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Read that 33 from the top. What it say?
Start from the top again.
Yeah,
Verse 33, Jeremiah 31. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their heart. And I will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people.
So we should always, you know what I'm saying, guard the commands of the Most High here. You understand? Period. And so for anybody that try to use the New Testament as an excuse to commit wickedness, you understand, that is a doctrine of Satan. That's the doctrine of the devil. It is, because what we just read about the new covenant mean we can't take away from it and add to it, right? He said the laws are going on your inward parts. Then he said, I will be their Elohim, or their God, or their mighty one. And then what? We shall be his people. You understand? When we operate under that mindset, Like, you understand, you're conscious about the war that you in. You understand you got an adversary coming to get you to break the very thing that you took an oath. We done took an oath, bro. What you think that is when we break bread and drink wine? That's an oath that we take. You dig? So now you got an adversary coming to get you to break that oath, because that oath is binding in the heavens. We break that bread and acknowledge this is symbolic for the body of the Messiah that was broken. We drink the wine and say this is symbolic for the blood of the new covenant, which was shed for the remission of sins. That is an oath. You understand? That is honored in the heavens by the Almighty himself. You see? That's that oath. You understand? That brings us into the bond of the brotherhood and gives us direct access through the Messiah to the Father. That's an oath. So the enemy wants you to violate that. You feel me? Right? And look, if you really want to really get down and peep out seriously, watch like them old movies, like them old Warriors and all that. Like the movie Last Night or Last Nights with Morgan Freeman was the Lord. You dig? And then
The other guy.
and then the other guy, Commander Raiden, it was a Gentile heathen, but he was the commander and leader over his armies, right? And they rolled with three. They held a code, and it only had 3 rules. 3 rules, right? It's on Netflix. Powerful movie, but I love how devoted they was to the cause, bro. 3 rules was absolute devotion to your master. In our case, that would be Yahushua with the Messiah, right?
Exactly who it be.
It did. And then the second rule was display absolute courage. You couldn't be no coward rolling with them, right? And the third rule was you had to roll with a high level of morality or conduct. And that's how they rolled. You know what I'm saying? Period. So you see how, like, in the chain of command, and how when the order got gave, they was ready to rock. Like, whatever. He told his master, I'll die by your side before I do this. He said, I know you will. You understand? But how would that affect everything else? He was like master. The master was Morgan Freeman. You know what I'm saying? Straight bruh. He told dude, like, man, you the earth of my spirit. I know you loyal. You dig? And that's something that's not out here.
That's spirit.
Loyalty, man.
They have lost that, man.
Mm-hmm.
They have lost that loyalty. That they have lost it, bro.
Yeah.
Is it right here?
Yeah. You dig? This is what it's about, man. You dig? Loyalty is something you can't buy. Nobody's loyal today. Or the Bible call it faithful. You know, Messiah said, be faithful unto death. I give you a crown of life. But notice the laws are meant to be inward. You understand? That way, when the adversary come in, you so disciplined, you so in tune. You understand? You remember your oath daily. You dig? That way you can defeat him. Get behind me. Bye. Cast him off. Get behind me. I claim my position in the Messiah, who seated at the right hand of the Father in the highest heaven right now. This puts me in authority over you, Satan. Like, put him on notice if you got to. Did he leave like that whole temptation leave? Like, dang, you just cast it. You just cast the devil out. You just start with yourself.
And that's they get behind me.
You know
That's
what I'm
exactly
saying?
what that means.
Yeah. You just take your position, claim your position in the Messiah. He's in the highest heaven, sitting enthroned at the right hand of the Heavenly Father. You dig? I claim my position in the Messiah, who's currently sitting at the right hand of the Heavenly Father in the heavens right now. This put me in authority over you, Satan, and your kingdom. Dang. Like, what? He done found out. Yes. Yeah, that's how you got to roll, man. So look, this is not a lawless order. Read that to 34 and we're going to jump out.
They shall, everybody, where we looking?
Yeah, be good.
Jeremiah 31:34.
Yeah.
They shall teach no more every man his neighbor,
Yeah.
and every man his brother, saying, know your hated wife.
Yeah.
For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, says Yahweh, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
I wanted to go there to show again, y'all, that the new covenant is not a lawless covenant. Next, I want to go to Jeremiah, the 9th chapter, Jeremiah chapter 9, and show y'all, because we're dealing with circumcision during this episode of the new covenant. The last 4 videos basically been about the new covenant. And just to show, you know what I'm saying, it's not lawless, it's not orderless. You know what I'm saying? That actually is the most High actually raised the bar, not lowered it for us, raised it. You feel me? All right, Jeremiah 9, we're gonna read 23 through 26. All right, now we're dealing with circumcision. All right, physical circumcision, spiritual circumcision. And again, y'all, we will never teach that you ain't got to get physically circumcised. All my sons circumcised.
All my
It's
sons
what it
and
is.
grandsons.
It's what it is, you dig? But with that saying, there will be a lot of circumcised Negroes in the lake of fire. So we about to get, that's what we about to go into, so people can understand what Paul was really saying about the new covenant and circumcision in what's called the New Testament. You feel me? Because some people believe you ain't got to get circumcised. No, that's not what's being conveyed here. You dig? That's not what's being conveyed. You need to reread all them scriptures about circumcision and really put it on the line and see, okay, that's what he was saying, right? If Israel is just gambling on the fact that they circumcised, you dig, and they still operating out here with a wicked mindset, they are not getting the kingdom. That's the truth. You're not going to get the kingdom being physically circumcised by acting like a heathen. Paul was addressing conduct.
Uncircumcised.
You feel me? He was addressing conduct. Like, what you boasting in your circumcision? You over there committing adultery. But you boasting in the fact that you got a physical cut in your member. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. Then he went back and showed our patriarch Abraham. And how before he ever got fleshly circumcised, in the spirit he was circumcised. Because he had that belief, that faith, man. He was already called a friend of the Most High, for he was even cut.
So he had
when the Most High
heart.
Exactly. Or mind, that belief. He did. Whatever the Most High commanded, the command's supposed to be here, right? He did.
He did, bro.
So when the Most High appeared to him and say, cut yourself, got it done. With next order. Next
Leave
order.
Father out.
Yeah. Belief first, then work. That's the order. You can't work yourself to belief. That's what our so-called forefathers that fell into. They thought they can just, you know what I'm saying, get circumcised, and then that would help them increase their faith in Messiah. No. You got to believe. You got to believe. You understand? Like Abraham, he believed. Abraham, boy, went into Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Came out with riches. Got into it with the Philistines. Came out with riches. You know what I'm saying? Went to war, saved Sodom and Gomorrah and his nephew Lot. Bumped into Melchizedek, paid tithes. You dig? Most High made a covenant with him twice, all before he was physically circumcised, and had a son named Ishmael, all before he was physically circumcised. You see, so the Most High was with him the whole time. Why? Because of this, bro. He believed. He did. So then when it was time for the physical act to happen, no problem. What's next? Yeah. You feel me? And that's the order. It's all about our faith. The physical circumcision is supposed to be an outward sign, you understand, of what's already inward. If you circumcise, if you physically circumcised, boy, you supposed to be out here really handling your business. You dig? Because that's a token of the covenant, right? Outward symbols are only supposed to reflect what's inward. You dig? You rocking fringes? Oh, you got nice fringes. You got that, boy. I like some fringes right there, boy. You're rocking them fringes, that butt, right? You dig? So when I see the fringes outward sign, right, I'm supposed to already know this brother has a circumcised mind. He's a law keeper, right? I better not see him over there singing to the Christmas tree.
And my fruit have to bear that record as well. That's what
about. His fruit have to bear actions.
The outward should represent the inward, and the inward should project it outward.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you got that,
make sure boy, I have to fully understand.
If you out here rocking outward signs, fringes, garments, circumcision, baptism, you doing all that. You feel me? Man, that mean your baptism, your fringe wearing, your circumcision means nothing. And that was the sobering truth Paul was coming with. Like, man, y'all wolfing. Y'all all hypocrites. I know y'all. I used to be part of your brotherhood. What are you talking about?
I know you.
I know you not talking. I seen the tape. Yeah, I seen the tape. No, you done messed up, right? First you said you bought the bottle of beer
Right.
at 11:30. All right, come on, Knock. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's show y'all this. And this is in the Old Testament, right?
It was 23.
23 on down. Knock.
So we're at Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23.
Yeah.
Thus says YAHUDAHS,
Mhm.
let not the wise man glory in wisdom.
Come on.
And look, we've been hearing a lot of that lately.
Uh-huh.
Been hearing a whole lot of that lately.
Well,
I've been teaching longer than them.
Yeah. Well, you been hearing that too?
I've been hearing
You
it.
been hearing that, boy?
Boy, it's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta.
I said,
I
we
gotta-
got a young gunner here that came
Okay.
in at the back end and boy and gained a whole lot of knowledge.
I thought the bird, that little birdie came and whispered that to me too. Telling somebody been out here boasting, talking about I've been. I taught all you. I for so long. Man, then all you got to do, man, just look at the fruit, man. You hear somebody talking about they bragging about they've been doing something longer than it. Just look at the fruit, man. You dig? Because boasting supposed to be dead if you got faith. What we bragging about? All wisdom is of the Almighty
The
anyway.
end game is the game.
Yeah. All wisdom is of the Most High anyway. This ain't your knowledge.
This ain't your salvation.
Negro, you ain't come up with this.
This ain't your salvation.
Come on, Doc, let's get
Going off, son.
it. Going off.
Thus said YAHUDAHS, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom,
Yeah.
neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches.
So you can't glory in your wisdom, your might, or your riches, huh?
Sounds about right.
That makes sense. Go ahead.
But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understand and knoweth me, that I am YAHUDAHS,
Right.
which exercise love and kindness,
Hallelujah.
judgment,
I forgot that word.
man, that's
Judgment,
wrong.
loving kindness, judgment. Go ahead.
and righteousness
Mhm.
in the earth.
Come on.
For in these things I delight, saith
Most
YAHUDAHS.
I said he delight in loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness. Glory in that you understand and know me. You dig? 25. Let's get it.
Look, my brother had to reprove me, man, the other day. Y'all rolled up on me, bro. Say, Nehemiah, look, we know how you are, bro. You know you be absolute when you be on what you on, and people can't turn you from it. But if people are repentant, if people, you know what I'm saying, are sincere,
Yeah.
you need to practice mercy, Nehemiah.
No doubt.
Practice love and kindness. Huh?
No doubt.
Because no matter whatever happened with Israel, no matter how far we went off, no matter how much he just saved us with his mighty hand and dropped Egypt for us, you know what I'm saying? As soon as we get to the other side, we drop a bomb. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, going to have sex with a whole nother person. You know what I'm talking about? You went and married to a whole other guy. After I did all the work. This dude get the credit. Okay, who asked him to do that? Next, hey, Dad. You want some of this? I'm good. I'm good. But then get us out, promised land, and guess what? Go off again. So what did Most High say with some of that Baruch? So I'm gonna go sit back then.
Hosea, in the book of Hosea 5:15. Yeah.
So I'm gonna sit back, man. Till you acknowledge your sins and come and holler at me. So I had to learn. I'm just sharing a testimony, man. I had to learn what the loving kindness part. I'm the one who say judgment should go out. I'm still on that. But it's not balanced if you don't have love and kindness. Because no matter how far we went off, how far we fell down, after he sat back and we came and hollered back at him, he got right back up and put that thing together and got us back again. And he went back. This is all his stiff-necked people, man. But you know what? Ain't mine, though. You good? You repent? You sure? All right. I'm going to come and get you again. You know you're going to mess up.
What you're speaking on powerful, bro, because we got to look at it ourselves that if he had that judgment on us, we'd be out of here.
Bro, gone out.
So it had to have a love and mercy for us.
Yeah.
For us to have that quick judgment thing, that's my thing when I always say, you have to pay for this.
To give him much time it took you.
I know that's a hard thing to do.
Definitely hard for me. I ain't gonna lie.
But you know what I'm saying? We have to have a patience with Israel.
Right on.
Our Father had a patience with us.
And look, bro, I feel so much better.
All praise.
You get what I'm saying?
All praise.
That damn I actually showed mercy. Because guess what? Who needs more than me? That's what you saying. Who needs that mercy? So if I got those absolutes, what would I be right now?
Truth.
If God gave me his absolutes for what I've done. So your brother just saying he learned a little something, man. A little wisdom in my getting old age.
And we never too old to learn.
Never too old to learn.
Nah, never.
My brothers came and sat down, bro. We sat out for a minute, didn't we, man?
Yeah.
Powwow. Yeah. His daughter and him came over. Look, they was in there helping in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, she found time to help out cook with the ladies. You know, we was just out there chopping up, man. Just brothers, you know, all right, I can learn. I can accept every rebuke and correction.
But then look, you notice with the forgiveness, it cuts the rope that has you bound in the spirit. That's why you said you felt
That's why
better.
I feel, yeah.
Better.
Right,
Spiritually speaking, you was bound. You know what I'm saying? You like,
because anger was there.
Yeah, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? But that,
you ain't
trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? But when you forgive someone, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they crawling on their knees asking for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? They come back hollering at you like, hey, please, I messed up. It's your duty to forgive. You know what I'm saying?
Scripture that or that parable when one guy comes to one gave him, and he got forgiven.
And he went out.
Guy come and he ain't forgiven.
Now he smiled for that real quick.
Yeah, that's the parable in Matthew 18.
Yeah.
And the Messiah say, deliver him to the tormentors, or the demons. In other words, in physical sense, it would have been those he would have grabbed them up. But in the spiritual realm, Most High done forgave you, and then you turn around and go hard and don't forgive someone. You dig? Here, it's gonna consume you here. You feel me? You just basically open the front door to your mind to allow some demons to come and take residence. All because the simple thing or act of forgiveness that we think is soft. You think it's soft, but in the spiritual realm, you dig? To cut the power and cords of some demons, that need to be one of the main ingredients. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Even if you healing, you want some type of healing and all that to go down or whatever, you gotta forgive. You gotta let it go.
That's part of it.
Yeah, you actually have to let it go.
And he teaches that.
Yeah,
in his thing.
I mean, when we was rapping, you know what I'm saying? You did, because we healing from two different avenues. You did,
right. But
when we rapped about, you know what I'm saying, the forgiveness aspect, he told me, he was like, look, but none of my stuff would work unless the people that come to me, because some people come to him based off certain
illnesses,
STDs maybe, you know what I'm saying, or even just some type of other illness or whatever. You dig? But I asked him, is there anyone in your life that done you wrong? He's like, yeah, who? Get specific.
And that's accountability.
Name, okay. You know what I'm saying? Well, you need to forgive them. You dig? Like that's, we ever had to do a prayer session in the back for about an hour or something. Yeah, you gotta let that go. Who did this to you? You know what I'm saying? Don't say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. You feel me? And what you'll see in the spiritual realm, the forgiveness is so powerful because it cuts the cord and the power the adversary got over you. You feel me? He got in through that emotion, that anger. You know what I'm saying? That's how he got in.
Temporary thing.
That's his catalyst. He gets right on in. Boom. And it's temporary. You can't be angry forever. Eventually, you gotta go. You did. Eventually, you gotta go. And it be gone. You still be trying to hold on to it.
Don't you, boy? Boy, that's Nehemiah all day right there, ain't it, bud?
Yeah. God.
Boy, I will hold that anger and be rotting myself out on the inside.
Yeah, he's the mediator. Aaron Jacobs, the Messiah, is the mediator of the new covenant. Mediator.
It's just that we talk wrong. Say, love forgiveness. That's a hard thing. That's what's up. You know what I mean? That's what murder. That's the power.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking
it's so. Yeah. It's actually hurting you.
Yeah.
You did. Like you over there straight killing yourself. You gotta let it go, man. You let it go. You feel a lot better. You feel me? And you'll see that actual spirit that had you consumed ain't even around no more. Feel me? It's a key ingredient to casting out devils. You got to forgive. Let it go. Let it go.
We gotta have more that we.
That's right, Doc. That's what it's supposed to
Definitely.
be. All right, and they look that, and that's what the Messiah was teaching when he was like, love your enemies. Like, you think he talking about the clan, David Duke and them. He was talking about us. You dig? How else you gonna heal? How else? He was giving us, if you just slow down and reread his teachings, he was teaching us how to heal, how to cast out devils, all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, how to come together as a nation. No, we need to know all that. You dig? A lot of us got problems. Like up here, we straight jacked up because we never applied the teachings of Messiah. You look at it like it's soft.
Ready. Yeah, ready.
And he was like, turn the other cheek. And you look at it like it's soft instead of a strategy in the spiritual realm for warfare. Dang. Yeah, for real. Go ahead, Doc.
That's what you just saying. We are a traumatized people. That's why we got to be way more patient with our own, because who have been through traumatization more than us?
Untreated trauma.
Yeah.
And untreated. It's like, it's there. And then, you know, somebody walking down the street, stuff in your shoe, you mad, you know what I'm saying?
You heard me?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You gotta
man.
be patient with our people. That's just the you gotta be patient, bro.
Yeah.
I know it's quick to click off, jump off on it real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing too, boy. Them spirits would jump.
Yeah, but look, again, the Messiah was teaching us how to battle them spirits, man. You can put them spirits on. No, you actually got authority over. That it's a certain way you got to be in the mindset. Now watch this. Right here, named Samuel Israel said, I went through deep abuse of parents. Letting go and letting Yah was the best thing I ever done. Migraines and high blood pressure went away.
Boy,
you see that
type of testimony?
See how powerful forgiveness is?
So it healed the body,
The mind, the spirit, all of it. Yeah.
Because if he kept that in there, could you imagine that? If he
stream
went
that.
through that deep type of trauma, right? I ain't saying if, no, his testimony has to be true here. Remember? When somebody puts you through trauma, whether it's a gal breaking up with you, whether it's, your children going off, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and you hold it, right? That's why stress kills. It's not a physical thing, right? Your body operates on current, right? You know what I'm saying? Certain amount of energy it takes to run the mind, the heart, the blood pressure, all that, the temperature in your body, all these things operate in a system that you don't have a physical control of subconsciously, right? So if you apply stress, where do you think the energy is going? So it's going to the problem area that don't exist, taking away natural functions to things that make you exist. To the fact that stress just kills you.
Yeah.
Not even a physical thing.
You know what the stress in the scripture is called the spirit of heaviness. That's stress. Everybody like, I'm stressed. I'm depressed.
And you heavy.
And look, you claiming it though. See, you making contracts with the devil all the time. Don't even know it. I'm stressed. I'm depressed. You feel me? I'm angry.
Especially anger.
I'm a killer. Look, you actually opening up through this gateway called your mouth. You actually opening a portal for the adversary to come in and take residence. You dig? Notice you never say, I'm happy. I'm joyful. I am righteous. I am blessed. Why you never say that? You never make an agreement with the kingdom of the Most High. You make an agreement with the kingdom of the adversary. You feel me? And these are verbal agreements you make. You feel me? And they're bound in the spiritual realm. But as easy as you say it and make the agreement, you can break the contract. You know what I'm saying? By the blood and mighty name of Yahushua the Messiah. You feel me? That'll cause you to guard your words. You dig? Whenever the adversary come tempting, you'll be casting them clean off your porch. Get off my porch. No, I don't want to buy that stolen TV. Bye. You got to slam the door, get radical. Sometimes you got to imagine cutting his throat and all that. Get away from me. You see what I'm saying? That's where the war's at, man. Now watch this. Verse 25. Jeremiah 9, start at verse 25 for me.
Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh.
Yeah.
I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised.
Now trip off there. Why the circumcised getting punished? With the uncircumcised. What are the circumcised doing that they are getting punished? They're violating the covenant of the Most High. Watch this. 26.
Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon
Mhm.
and Moab.
So you got Judah in there and mixed up with heathen nations. Why? Because when you violating the covenant of the Most High, you might as well be a heathen. I'm gonna punish those that are circumcised with the uncircumcised, right? And Judah is the only one in there that's his people. Everybody else are heathen nations, right? Now watch this. What else to say?
And all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness. For all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart.
Oh, uncircumcised where?
In the heart.
Yeah, you see, it's uncircumcised
They're
in the
physically
heart.
done.
Mentally speaking, spiritually speaking, you're moving and operating like a heathen. How is this possible? How does a circumcised person become uncircumcised? He violates the covenant. Let's get an example. Let's go to 1 Maccabees in the Apocrypha. Go to 1 Maccabees, that's in the Apocrypha. All right. Chapter 1. 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 in the Apocrypha. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High. Chapter 1. We're going to start at verse 11. We're going to read through 15. Feel me? This thing is serious. This thing is real serious, you dig? We are not to be making any agreements with Satan's kingdom or these other nations.
And for us that believe that the word of God is true, I actually was going here, you know, everybody talking about that Jay-Z and the NFL deal, right? So you got an old boy, what's his, Mike or whatever, you know, the old rapper dude or whatever.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Talking about, you know, when he gets a seat at the table, I said, man, you going on. What the hell you mean? And the reason why, listen, the one thing that has always failed us, and it seemed like we never, and actually I posted this scripture. I think I did all the way down to 21, I think, but I posted this in the scripture. I mean, in the comment thread there. I said, what have you learned? Thousands of years, you trying to be cool. Where is the fruit and what has it gotten? Shaka understood. I got this one deleted thing on my channel with Shaka and, you know, a so-called white man. He said, my man, look, if your children come over here, how that put prophets that in my children? You know what I'm talking about? Well, we'll do this. Well, what represents me once I'm gone? And how I know what this was saying. But you know, you have to watch it though. It's just making a covenant with the heathen was our fall at every turn. Yeah. It does. You can't. One, you don't even speak their language. And what I mean by that, if this heathen took their thing by power and blood, and scripture says, war to a city built on blood, if you ain't willing to talk that language with them, it's like you saying, ding dong, to a man who be like this. You ain't saying nothing to each other. And that's why Christ coming back with power. Power understands power. You can't, man, you can't. No justice, no peace out of captivity. This heathen didn't do that. And then you turn around and kick it on this 4th of July. Boy, these heathens got it. Well, you know when they're in the secret rules and places. These are the most confused. We got it, y'all. We can kill them, lock them up, miseducate them, break up their homes, increase their homosexuality and their lust, and keep them separated from their God. They don't know it. And they think they have it.
They don't know it.
And they think they have it. And guess what? We know we can't, we blackball the colder, right? You know ain't none of us messing with that. But let's get this figure nigga. And let's see if we sign him on. Right? Then we'll get that back. Now my thing is, if you was gonna sign on and you was cool with the Colin thing, you was supporting that, I'd be like, I signed a deal when you sign him back. Some team got to pick him up and we can do it. Because then at least I know you saw. Not that, well, I'm gonna come in here, man, and get it done, man. You know, if Colin don't make it, well, you know, it's the bigger picture.
Oh yeah, but what you expect from expect from somebody that actually says he down with the adversary? Exactly. He's totally against the kingdom of Christ.
So look,
you know what I'm saying? So
why he has so many backers?
Yeah, of course.
Show we here. Show we there.
Yeah.
I actually like them type because look, this show, look, bro. I don't even go that deep. Like, look, I went right here. This exact. So maybe I run across some Jay-Z posts. Like, this is what I tried. You tell me if you think it is what it is. Ready? First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11.
Again, y'all, the new covenant and circumcision. All right. Now the question is, how can you be circumcised, physically speaking, but be considered uncircumcised?
It become that way.
How is that? You feel me? And that's an aspect of circumcision that Paul was dealing with, coming from the new covenant aspect. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing was that our people had thought just because they were circumcised in the flesh, and that's just for the men. You know what I'm saying? A woman can't be physically circumcised. You feel me? So that right there shows you that circumcision has to be of a higher spiritual understanding. You feel me? If that's the case, only men making the kingdom. What kind of kingdom you in? Where's only men? Ain't no women.
A happy kingdom.
I want your hard legs. No, I'm good.
Too many damn kings.
So it's showing you that circumcision, the command of circumcision has a higher spiritual understanding. You dig? Like every commandment he gave us. Whenever you read a commandment or a law in the scripture, you should ask, what's the higher spiritual understanding of it? You feel me? How does it relate to the Messiah? You feel me? And his kingdom. And so once you read the scripture surface level, that's what you're going to be going through when you meditate. And then all type of understanding start coming. Oh, spiritually meaning that mean that. That makes sense. Because the spirit over the flesh. Right? New covenant or renewed covenant, better promises, better sacrifices, better temple, better high priest, better everything. Right? And he came to raise our understanding to a higher spiritual understanding, not just the letter of the law, but the spiritual implication of what you was doing. The very image, the reason why you was doing this. There's a reason behind what the Most High told you to do. You feel me? And it's only revealed in the testimony of Messiah. Watch this. First Maccabees 1 and 11. Let's get it out.
Those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
What kind of men?
Wicked men.
See, so we're not here to, you know what I'm saying, play around. You did. We let you do it. Yes, Israelites have been wicked all throughout our sojourning. You did. There's only a few righteous brothers that stood up. But a lot of us have been wicked men. Go ahead, Doc.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Now trip off that. So it says these men were very influential. These wicked men were very influential because it's easy to be wicked in a wicked setup. You understand? When the evil are ruling, it's very easy to be wicked. It's hard to be righteous. To hold yourself to a righteous standard. You know, everybody around you is doing what they call the norm. Laying with animals and dressing up like women and calling themselves bad chicks and men dressed. Oh my God. Anyway, we did, but notice how the wicked had all the influence, right? They persuaded many to go make a covenant with the heathen. Now, remember, we talking about circumcision, which is a sign and token of what? The covenant of the Most High, right? But these are Israelites who persuaded many to make a covenant with the heathen. And the covenant with the heathen mean also their gods. Yeah. Now you worshiping like them, singing like them, joining a military, marrying a women, working out butt naked in the Olympics and leotards and spandex. All these are heathen customs. Now watch this. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
And notice what they said. Since we left the heathen, we didn't have much sorrow because it's hard to be righteous in a wicked land. But I'm up for the challenge. Good. Verse 12. What did it say, Hebrew?
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
These heathens were so forward, bold in wickedness.
I want to be like the white man.
So he went and guess what? Gave them permission, license. Go ahead and be like the ordinances, be like the heathens. You see what I'm saying? We are not to be blending cultures. You already got a culture. You're already under a covenant. Understand? With the creator of heaven and earth. Act like it. All right? Come on, Hebrew.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem,
Mm.
according to the customs of the heathen.
Believe it or not, it's the origin of all your Coliseum sports. It is. It is. You understand? Even down to the foot. I used to play football. I understand. You understand? I understand. He's a tight end. That sound gay. He's a tight end. You know? Quarterback up under the rear end hut. That's look at it. He's a wide receiver. Huh?
Man, this shit just got homosexual.
It sound wicked.
I've been start watching football with this boy.
Come on, man. It sounds evil.
No.
You dig? When you done talking, it actually does. But these are all, even though we excel at them, because we the Most High's chosen people. You understand? It's heathen customs when you done talking. You dig? And it's hard for a lot of them brothers to even hear the truth. They so caught up. They so caught up into that. You understand? Verse 15. Watch this.
And made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen.
Come on.
And were sold to do mischief.
See, so reading when they forsook the holy covenant, they became uncircumcised. We read in Jeremiah 9, I'm gonna punish those that are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Why? Because all of Israel is uncircumcised in heart. It is impossible for you to be physically circumcised and to grow skin back on your member. But if you are circumcised, physically speaking, you feel me, and are violating the Most High's covenant, your circumcision is deemed as uncircumcision. That's what Paul was saying in Romans. He wasn't telling you that it don't matter. It's not important if you get circumcised. You dig? But if you think that that physical flesh is going to guarantee you a spot in the kingdom, you sadly mistaken. Run around here with an evil mind. Now watch this. Even Moses was telling us. Go to Deuteronomy 10 next hour. Deuteronomy 10, 12 through 16. Deuteronomy 10, 12 through 16. See? The shadow of it was even there. We just read over stuff, man. And we forget that even though we physically circumcised, you know what I'm saying? Because men teaching that now, I'm under the new covenant. I ain't got to get circumcised. I ain't got to circumcise my son. We up under the new covenant. That ain't what the scripture is saying. It's not saying that. You feel me? All Paul is saying is if you think because you got a physical snipping, you understand? You guaranteed the kingdom. You got a whole nother thing coming. You can't be a representative of the kingdom outwardly and inwardly you acting like a devil. You understand? Violating the law. What about that? You circumcised but committing adultery. Boy, if that ain't an oxymoron. You circumcised but laying with prostitutes. If that ain't no oxymoron. That's your covenant member, right? Dang.
So you will put your covenant member in an unholy temple.
Or you circumcised laying with heathens. Marrying heathens.
You would take your covenant member and shoot your chosen seed into a foreign temple, which have its own gods over them. What did you just do to the children of the promise?
Come on, Doc, let's get it. Deuteronomy 10. Now watch this. Deuteronomy 10. Let's read 12 through 16. Doc.
Deuteronomy 10. Chapter 10, verse 12.
Yeah.
And now, Israel, what does the Most High thy Elohim require of thee?
What does he require? What does the Most High command and demand of us? What's the standard? Watch this. Go ahead.
But to fear YAHUDAHS thy Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and serve YAHUDAHS thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
There go that heart again.
And so,
heart meaning your mind. Huh? Yeah. All your heart, man. Really love the Most High. See, we were supposed to have been sincere even back then. Not look for an excuse or a loophole to go against them. That's what we fell into that, y'all. We fell into all I gotta do is pay a fine. I'm speeding, write me a ticket, I'll pay the fine. Instead of saying, no, obey the speed limit and put your seatbelt on. You feel me? That's what you supposed to, that's the reaction you supposed to have when you get caught speeding without your seatbelt on. Instead of saying, oh, hell, I'll just pay the fine. Oh, whatever, I got turtle doves and bullocks and sacrifice, I'll just do that. You feel me? Instead of breaking the law, do what the law says so you don't have to pay a fine. So you don't have to sacrifice no animals. You see? The spiritual intention of what you was reading was already there. Now watch this, 13.
To keep the commandments of the Most High.
Yeah.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Most High's thy Elohim, and earth also, with all that there is.
With all that therein is. Verse 15.
Only YAHUDAHS had a delight in thy fathers to love them.
Come on.
And he chose their seed after them. Even you, above all people, as it is this day. That's
so beautiful, man. Still the best news I ever heard in my life. I wasn't a heathen. One of the Most High's chosen, man. What the greatest feeling ever. Now watch this, verse 16.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart.
Circumcise what, boy?
The foreskin of your heart.
The foreskin of your heart. Dang. Go ahead.
And be no more stiff-necked.
So notice that the whole aspect of circumcision of the heart is in what's called the Old Testament. You see? It's right there. Circumcise the foreskin of your heart. Don't be no more. Don't stop being rebellious, because in the infinite wisdom, the Most High was even giving Moses. It got to be heard before it's heard, before it's outward. This has to be in your mind. You understand? Circumcision of the heart means you really believe. It's the faith. I believe this, right? Because if you don't believe something, you're gonna half-heartedly do it. If you don't believe you're good at something, you're not gonna be good at it. You understand? If you don't believe this, you're not gonna be good at it at all, because you don't believe it. You're not gonna give your best effort. You see? Oh wait. All right, let's jump on up then. Let's jump on up. Let's get into what's called the New Testament, Romans, the 2nd chapter. Romans chapter 2. Y'all getting some understanding so far? Go ahead and throw a Yahoo up in the chat. Throw a Yahoo up in the chat. Romans, the 2nd chapter. All right. Few aspects, because some people believe they ain't got to get started. We ain't saying that. All right. Romans chapter 2. We're going to read. Woof. We're going to read Romans chapter 2, read 21 through 29. Romans chapter 2, 21 through 29. You feel me? Circumcision itself, you understand, without full faith and belief, you dig, it's not going to profit you. It's not. It's not. That's what Paul was getting into. That's what he was getting into. When we get into Romans 4, we're going to see. We're going to examine the life of Abraham. That means he went back to the Torah. He went back to the Torah. If we talking about Abraham, we back in the Old Testament, ain't we? And he was like, well, look at Abraham and all the faith he had and how he was accepted by the Almighty. Most High made 2 covenants with him. You dig? He done went to war, took down 5 kingdoms with 318 of his servants, paid tithe to Melchizedek, the king and priest over Jerusalem, all while being uncircumcised. That means he had it up here first. If you read the book of Jasher, he was in the fiery flame too. You dig? Really? So he's just showing that, you know what I'm saying, that enough ain't good enough. If you're rocking it outward, anything outward, you feel me? The outward sign is just inward validation. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to show inwardly he in full faith. He got it. Inwardly he got it. All right. So let's read Romans 2. Let's read Romans 2. We're going to start at verse 21. I see the Yahuds all up in the chat. Everybody getting some understanding.
Yahoo.
All right, all praise and glory now to the Most High. May he be glorified. May his flock be edified. Shalom to everybody on the live broadcast. Also, shalom to everybody who will be watching the rebroadcast. May the grace and peace of the Most High reign in your minds. And may every believer and the testimony of Messiah be sealed and filled with the set apart spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. You understand? Real thingness. Real thingness. All right, come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
All right. Thou therefore, which teachest another, teachest thou not thyself? Thou that preachest a man, should not steal, dost thou steal?
See, going into the hypocrisy of us, you dig? You teach another, you don't teach yourself. Like if you out here teaching others, shouldn't that apply to you? Yeah. If you teaching thou shalt not steal, you can't be out there breaking into the store next door.
They're not.
They're going into the hypocrisy that our people were into. And Paul would know because he was a Pharisee. The Pharisees had ranks of upward to 10,000. Between 6,000 and 10,000 members. They were very influential throughout the ancient world when it came down to the, you know what I'm saying, the ways of our forefathers. They were, and he was out of that brotherhood. And he knew that men were teaching about not stealing, and they were stealing. He knew men were teaching others, but they weren't teaching themselves. He was perfect for the Messiah to wake up because he was inside the fraternal brotherhood of the Pharisees and saw firsthand the hypocrisy that was going on. They did. Yeah.
Now with the full faith of Christ made him complete. Say it again. I say then with the full faith of Christ when he came to Damascus, and you know, Christ revealed who he was to him. And
right.
He persecuted me, who would make Paul ideal. That's why you see Paul here in Romans. That's why you saw Paul in Colossians, Ephesians. This is Paul going to Israel that was in those captivities. I mean, in those, you know, in them diasporas. That's why he also had the gift of tongues more than anybody. So he could reach them in their own language and explain to them how Christ should be applied in the Torah, because they ain't had no New Testament, but at a spiritual level. You see what I'm saying? So these are commandments right here. Stealing is a commandment. You see what I'm saying? Adultery we'll read next. That's a commandment.
Come on, let's read it. Let's read it. We're reading in verse 23. We in 22? All right, 22.
Thou that says a man should not commit adultery. Does thou commit adultery?
Paul would know. You understand? He would, all that was going on within inside the ranks of the Pharisees. They would teach thou shalt not commit adultery, but they were committing it. They would teach thou shalt not steal, but they were stealing. You see? Practice what you preach, huh? In other words, they were hypocrites. Come on now.
Thou that abhorrest idols, dost thou commit sacrilege?
You hate idols, right? But guess what you do? You'll rob temples. You know what I'm saying? You'll rob temples and take the idols for the gold and the silver. You hate idols, but the idol was good enough to get the gold and silver up off of it. Hypocrisy, right? Come on.
Thou that makest thy boast of the law. Thou's breaking the law.
Through breaking the law.
Through breaking the law. Dishonorest thou Elohim.
Yeah, he talking to his Pharisaical brotherhood. He knew it. He like, man, look, I'm out. Look, I'm out to count. You can't tell me that. You can tell Paul nothing about the Pharisees. He knew the ups and downs, every doctrine, all the inward workings, all of it. I know y'all hypocrites. You can't tell me. You can get that off on your new member over there, but I know you off. You see? And men were thinking just because they dressed a certain way, feel me, and were circumcised physically, you dig, that they was cool. That was cool. Sadly mistaken. No, Messiah raised that bar. You dig? The Most High commands and demands from us a high level of morality, a high level of accountability. Right? Come on, Doc, let's get it. 24.
For the name of Elohim is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you.
Through you. Come on.
As it is written.
You know, it said among the Gentiles, Israel is scattered all over the known world. You feel me? Living in Gentile lands and all that. Some knowing who they are, some not knowing. But it's blasphemed among them through you because You supposed to be the ones that are vanguards of this covenant, and you acting just like them. Dang. Go ahead, verse 25. Watch this.
For circumcision verily profiteth, if thou keep the law.
So circumcision profiteth is good. It's profitable for you, in the spiritually speaking, if you keep the covenant, if you keep the law. Watch this.
But if thou be a breaker of the law,
Come on.
thou circumcision
Come on.
is made uncircumcision.
There it is. We just read that in 1 Maccabees 1. They forsook the covenant of the law and became uncircumcised. Paul said the same thing right here in Romans, the 2nd chapter. Yeah, your circumcision or your baptism or your fringe wearing, whatever outward sign Israel doing today, which I ain't against none of it. You dig? That profits you if you keep the covenant, if you keep the law. But if you violate, all that means nothing. All that means nothing. It only shows inwardly you have not been made complete inwardly. You dig? And in this walk, boy, you'll see some of the most darkest acts happen from men that got fringes on.
And claim they Israel.
Claim they Israel with the longest garment ever, sweeping the ground. You see some of the darkest acts happen from sisters that got their head wrapped and claim they virtues. You dig? You see some of the darkest acts from conscious Israelites who are repping their culture. You see? This ain't nothing new in Israel. You dig? Paul would live 2,000 years ago. This was going on back then. Yeah.
Which being reindoctrinated to Babylon.
Yeah.
This is all why we knew we was Israel.
Yeah.
In our own courts and stuff. Every foul bird, wicked spirit, devils.
Yeah. Real talk. Now notice Israel was called the uncircumcision in 1 Maccabees 1:11 because they decided to go against the covenant, right? Now, hundreds of years later, they got great-great-grandsons out here. You dig? Who are hearing about this Christ or Messiah who was crucified in Jerusalem, and they start believing. But they're uncircumcised, physically speaking. But they believe in the testimony of Messiah. See, this was the controversy that was going on. This was what was going on. It's like we got circumcised men who are acting like heathens, and then we got uncircumcised men, you feel me, who believe in the Messiah who was slain. And they're getting themselves together. They're coming out of the pagan customs and all that. You dig? They're coming up out of the worshiping Zeus and Poseidon and Aphrodite and the fertility rituals and working out naked and joining the Olympics. And they coming out of all that. You understand? And returning back to who they are. But naturally, there's a disgust between those who stayed under the covenant and those that didn't. Y'all heathens. Who is y'all? You know what I'm saying? Not knowing Messiah died for both of them. It's both sets of Israel. You dig? So you can't, that's history in the Bible. You can't just throw out. You understand? Because it actually happened. Israel became uncircumcised because they took on the covenant of heathens and their gods. You feel me? But they still Israel. Messiah died for them. They way back into the fold. They got to accept Messiah. Yeah. Yeah. Bring them back together. You dig? Now watch this. Go ahead. Verse 26.
Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?
Good question, because him that is circumcised break the law, right? He's considered uncircumcised. But what about the uncircumcised that keeps the righteousness of the law, which the righteousness of the law mean the faith in the Messiah? Shall not his uncircumcision be counted as circumcision? Look, if it swing one way, why can't it swing the other way? Right? If a circumcised Israelite can be considered uncircumcised, how come an uncircumcised Israelite can't be considered circumcised? Conduct.
And he dealt with Israelites that were uncircumcised because the custom was not performed by the 8th day in that scatter.
You got fathers that went off.
Yeah.
You got men that grew up in these areas. You understand? So if it swing one way, you got to swing the other way. Like if through one man death came, through one man life comes.
That's right.
You got it swing the same way. All right, that's a good question. Verse 27. Now watch this. 27. And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision does transgress the law. Dang. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you over making your boast in your outward appearance, but you violating adultery, idolatry, sacrilege, teaching hate, spewing madness. You dig? And then you got this person that's physically uncircumcised, but he has the belief and faith, and he's coming and he's correcting his ways. He coming out of all that madness. And see you dressed the part and everything. Like, what you over there doing stealing? High priest? What you over there doing stealing, Pharisee? Ain't that against the commands? And you be like, oh, dang, boy. Cut. Feel me? The worst thing to be called is a hypocrite, boy. 28. Now watch this. This is the aspect that a lot of people don't want to deal with. For he is not a Jew. Right? For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly. Neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly. And circumcision is that of the heart. Wow. Remember he said circumcise the foreskin of your heart. That's Deuteronomy 10 and 16. Remember he said Israel is uncircumcised in heart. That's Jeremiah 9 and 26. We read it. So Paul ain't doing them but repeating or dealing with an obvious Torah truth. Just because the true circumcision that the Most High is talking about is in the spirit and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High. See, because only the Most High understand and know where you really at in your belief, right? He's not teaching don't get circumcised.
He's circumcised.
What he simply is telling you that if you are circumcised and you're violating the covenant, you're uncircumcised in the eyes of the Almighty.
Anyway.
You dig? Period. If y'all got some understanding so far, throw a Yahoo up in the chat. Throw a Yahoo up in the chat. The new covenant is not teaching that you don't have to be circumcised physically. It's simply revealing a higher Torah truth. That if you are physically circumcised, you understand? Spiritually speaking, you better not be violating. You understand? Because you will be deemed as an uncircumcised heathen in the eyes of the Most High. I'm seeing Yahoo sound like we good here, bye. Like we good here, bye. Huh? Yeah.
Right. And then another thing too,
Ahead,
we have to understand this. If you've been following the last few classes, or if you have got some understanding, all praises. But when you see that what was going on and what was given were the shadows, the Torah that we read about, everybody try to hold you to, without the spirit, it's no good. And we've been seeing this all going around dealing with the new covenant, am I right?
Yeah.
If the spirit is not present, then that Torah part don't have no portion. Because you won't do it right.
Yeah.
You just won't.
Yeah.
So if your heart or your mind, the first Hebrew, had the heart to follow the Most High, to do the will of the Most High, right? Even before the hour appearance, right? Now, you think the Most High would have told him to give him an outer cut if he was disobedient out the gate?
No. Not at all.
That's the thing. It's kind of like a wisdom you're using.
Yeah.
Door swings both ways.
It does.
If he didn't pass the trials that the Most High had set out for him to complete, to be called a friend of God, he would have never got that told to do that outer cut, right? So then if you do the outer cut, right, that's the outer part, but that's the shadow. The commandment of circumcision is a shadow of what should already be in here
or up here. You feel me? It's just a shadow of the very image. It's proof part. It's supposed to be a telltale sign that you are full-fledged believer in full faith up here. You know what I'm saying? By the time it get outward, you feel me? That's just the manifestation of what's inward. You see? That's all. That's what it's supposed to be. You dig? And a lot of people don't like that because now everybody's examining and scrutinizing everything you do with a fine-tooth comb, boy. But if you hold yourself to a righteous standard, you wouldn't mind. Whatever. You out here being sincere. You're not trying to get over on your people, hustle your people. You ain't out here trying to pimp the sisters, and you ain't on nothing like that. You feel me? Examine me. I'm an open book, transparent. That's what's up. That's what's up. But that's what the Most High require of us. All right, go ahead, Rob. I know you got something.
When you do it like that, you can't blame nobody else but you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta look in the mirror at yourself and say, you know what?
Exactly.
I can't put no fingers, when he said like it does, like, I don't do that. I can't make you do that.
Yeah. Yep. And then look, for y'all that don't know, Abraham was under the same order, the order of Melchizedek. You did remember that was the priest in his day.
Levi wasn't born.
All right. So Abraham was circumcised. Eventually, he got physically circumcised. It went from what was invisible to visible. You feel me? And that's the same thing in the New Testament. Eventually, what Paul do? He had to circumcise Timothy.
He had to.
Eventually, you got the belief down, but eventually you got to get circumcised. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, because the Most High's word can't come back void. Right? So we don't want anybody thinking that I'm a believer, you just finna run around here, you dig, and we gonna teach you to be uncut. Now, that's your choice. If you choose to be uncut, that's on vow. You dig? But we'll never teach that. You understand?
Because it should reflect.
Yeah, we'll never teach that. Oh, brother, well, you ain't got to. No, where you reading that at? You feel me? Paul just was simply saying, you understand, just because you got that don't mean you in, you know what I'm saying, if you out here violating.
Stop selling the outer cup doctrine.
Yeah, and
it has to be inner cup.
Eventually, those same uncircumcised believers, eventually what happened? You got to get cut.
It will get cut.
Yeah, you want to
do it anyway.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I don't want it, man. I want less. That's what it is. Because that's what it was with Abraham. You feel me? He's one of the examples too, because Paul keep going back to him. And like we about to read this right here, Genesis 26, read 4 and 5. Genesis 26, read 4 and 5. We'll never teach you to violate the laws of the Most High. Ever. Ever. Now, what you choose to do is on thou.
And so we got an Israelite, you know, I'm not putting my brother out there. We got an Israelite is in this truth, came to this truth, you know what I'm talking about? And look, in the 50s and got circumcised.
Oh, yeah?
Well, that's like the game cut.
Oh, okay.
Hey, but look.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You don't put nobody business. I'm saying, bro.
He said, don't put nobody business. Yeah, yo.
I mean,
I'll speak his name.
You know who I am. I'm just saying we both know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we do.
So I'm just saying you have two witnesses, bro. Listen, hey, this is what it is. This is who I am. Hey, told his wife, like, it's kind of late in the game, man. Like, it got to get done.
They got to get done.
It got to get done.
Yeah.
That's all Mally's saying. What you have in your heart, if once you come to this knowledge, you know who you are, and you walk in this, shouldn't you be applying this? Which means, yeah, fringes go back on. But like you said, it should represent the law keeping that's already in your heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The circumcision must happen because it should reflect circumcision of your heart. You see what I'm talking about? That I will not murder. That should be reflected because when that came up, that anger, that hate, and that covet or whatever came up to make that murder happen, you checked it.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to worry about it manifesting.
That's right.
Same thing when you had that, I wanted to commit adultery. Oh, man, look at Shorty over there. Oh, that's my home. Hey, Rob, what's that thing, man? You know out there, what's that thing? Shoot that real quick.
How old, how long, the woman, you was with a woman, she off limits after that. I don't care if it's 20 years, 40 years, or whatever.
That's how your brothers down here try to rock. We don't get into that swapping.
Yeah.
If you dealt with her, and we called her sister once, that's all she would be.
That's all she'd be over here, a sister.
At least with me.
It's 2 or 3, 10 men and women out here else. You know?
It's way too many women.
Be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, look, we have to hold ourselves to that, bro. And if you see that, you won't go into that. But if you practice your culture, you can solve that. If you practice your culture, which has a party aspect, you can satisfy it.
Real
that I
talk.
don't have to take this man's wife. Because he gave me plenty to choose in righteousness.
Let's do this. Genesis 26. Genesis 26. Let's read 4 and 5. 4 and 5. And after that, we got Ecclesiasticus 44 about Abraham. Thing.
Gotta go.
And we're gonna read aspects of Romans 4 to show you what Paul was saying. You dig? We close out with Galatians 6. We right back up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You be all right. You know what I'm saying? You be all right. Man, hey, people get tired every day, B. We on this front line, waging war against the adversary. Let's get it. Genesis 26, verse 4 and 5.
Genesis
26.
26, verse 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of the heaven.
Hallelujah. So this is Isaac that the Most High is speaking to, right? Making a covenant with him with the heavens, like he did his father Abraham with the heavens. Go ahead.
And will give unto thy seed all these countries.
Mm-hmm.
And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth.
That's powerful, boy. That's powerful. See how powerful that seed is. You dig? And how all that was a shadow pointing to Messiah. Even though we are the seed, the chosen seed of Abraham. You understand? It all was about the chosen seed coming. Woof! All types and shadows and figures. Verse 5. What did it say?
Because that Abraham obeyed my voice.
Because Abraham what?
Obeyed my voice.
Come on.
And kept my charge.
Come on.
My command.
Come on.
My statutes.
Come on.
And my law.
Dang, so Abraham was keeping the commandments, statutes, charge, voice, and laws of the Most High before Moses was even born. Before the written law, he was keeping the oral law, the spoken Torah that was passed down from the righteous brothers before him, or his righteous forefathers, should I say. His righteous forefathers before him, Shem and Noah and Enoch and all them brothers before him. This is what the Most High is telling Isaac. I'm going to multiply you on account of your father. Huh? You just got to do what your father did, and I got you. But notice I went here to show Abraham kept the laws of the Most High before Moses got the commission on Mount Sinai, proving that the laws of the Most High have been in the earth, been there. It just went from being spoken to being written, which is true. Look at the nature of a child. A child can speak before it can read and write. It's the nature of a child. It speaks before it can read and write, right? That's the same way with the law of the Most High. It was spoken before it was ever written. Yeah, real thing this. One more example of Abraham is Sirach 44 in the Apocrypha. So yeah, Abraham was a law keeper. Abraham was a law keeper. And I want to go here to show, because we need to understand about Abraham before we read what Paul is saying about him. All right, in Romans, the 4th chapter. Because we just read Paul's understanding on circumcision, didn't we? That if you circumcised but violating the Torah, you are considered uncircumcised to the Most High. You're considered uncircumcised. All right. Now, how was Abraham considered circumcised before he was physically circumcised? We just read he kept the laws and statutes of the Most High. Yeah, 44 verse 19. 19 through 21. Might as well read the 22. Sirach 44, 19 through 22. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 44, verse 19.
Yeah.
Abraham was a great father of many people.
Uh-huh.
In glory was there none like unto him.
Read Genesis 25. You see about all the nations that came out of Abraham's loin. It was many of them. Right? Out of three wives, many concubines, many nations. All right, go ahead.
Who kept the law of the Most High.
Who did what?
Kept the law of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And was in covenant with him.
And was in what?
Covenant.
Before is he in covenant and everybody banging about Moses and Mount Sinai? How was Abraham in covenant with the Most High before Moses? He was already under the order of Melchizedek, the same order that the Messiah is the high priest over. How do we know? Who was the priest he paid tithes to? So it makes sense, right? He was in covenant with the Almighty. The Almighty established these covenants with Abraham when he was uncircumcised, man. Dang. Then he finally got circumcised and made that covenant with him. See, belief comes before the flesh. Spirit over the flesh. Watch this. Come on.
He established the covenant in his flesh.
Come on.
And when he was proved, he was found
He was found faithful when he was tried. Watch this. Come on.
Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from river unto the utmost part of the land.
Come on.
With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake, and blessing of all men.
We just read that in Genesis 26. What he said to Isaac. Come on.
And the covenant and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him inheritance, and divided his portions among the 12 tribes. Did he part them?
All right, y'all. We almost done. Let's go to Romans 4 real quick. So now that we know that Abraham was a law keeper and the Most High was in covenant with him, you dig? Before Moses. All right. And the topic is the new covenant and circumcision. All right. What say thee? New covenant, I don't got to get circumcised. Who said that? You sure? Or is it we supposed to follow the model that Abraham was following if you are grown coming into this? You understand? Already a grown man coming into this full belief. Eventually, he got circumcised physically. The belief came first, though. You know what I'm saying? If you're a grown man coming into this and believe in the testimony of Yahushua, you dig? Eventually, it has to manifest outward. Just leave it out there. Oh, brother, we gonna teach you. Ain't got it. Nah. You ain't gonna hear that over here. Get circumcised, man. You understand? It's simply a token or a sign of what's in it. You see what I'm saying? The Bible is full of outward rituals. Baptism, outward ritual. Fringes, garments, outward rituals. It's full of them. But it's supposed to reflect an inward truth, right? That you are a new creature. That you are in covenant with the Almighty. That's what it's supposed to reflect. All right? Now, for the record, ain't nothing. We ain't circumcision checking. But back then, they would. Boy, they lift your garment up, boy, and you had the swisher look, it'd be over. Don't take him over there and get circumcised. We not circumcision checking, though. That's I'm your brother. I love you, but no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hopefully you be convicted in the spirit to go get it done. All right, Romans 4,
verse 1 on.
Yeah, no, not 1 on. Come on. You're going to read down to like 12, and then we're going to jump down to 19 to 22. Man. All right, let's get it.
Romans 4, verse 1. What shall we say then? That Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh, hath found?
Yeah, question. Come on.
For if Abraham were justified by works, he has whereof to glory, but not before God.
So this is coming up, topic of circumcision. If Abraham was justified simply by that, then he could boast, but not before the Almighty. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, why is he saying that? Because the Most High judgeth the heart, the inward parts, to see if you really about that. Watch this, verse 3.
What said the scripture? Abraham believed God.
Come on.
And it was counted to him for righteousness.
Not true, but that's Genesis, the 15th chapter. When he told him, come on out, count them stars, right? He said, that's how numerous your seed gonna be. You feel me? And Abraham believed it, believed the promise. He had faith in the word of the Most High, which we all know was made flesh, Messiah, right? Abraham had faith in the word of the Most High, and the Most High deemed him righteous for his belief. So is Paul making this up? Now the question gonna come up: when did the Most High declare Abraham righteous? Was it while he was circumcised or uncircumcised? Dang, that look, boy, for a non-believer, for a non-messianic, he probably get mad at you and throw his Torah at you. What you doing bringing that up? Because a hard, sobering truth for a brotherhood that Paul came out of, you dig? For men, you feel me, who were diehard adamant about this circumcision, but were hypocrites. You dig? Paul said, oh, okay, well, let's go back to Genesis. Let's go read this, because Abraham had faith in the promise or the word of the Most High, and the Most High deemed him righteous. True or false, priest? You got to say true. If you study the scripture, you got to say true, right? All right. Was he circumcised or uncircumcised? Now you get mad. You understand? Because your doctrine getting cut. You see? The belief comes before the work. See, people were trying to be justified just because they had the physical work of circumcision. See? You think work, belief, justified in the eyes of the Most High. Paul saying, no, it's belief. Then you keep the commandment. Then you are considered what? Just in the eyes of the Most High. Just like Abraham. You ain't teaching don't get circumcised, because eventually Abraham got circumcised. But the belief or the faith in the promise or the word of the Most High was there first. That is what deemed him righteous. That way, whatever the Most High commanded him to do, what he do? He did it. What you mean? Come on, now let's get it.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
Now to him that worketh is reward not reckoned of grace, but of debt. But to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifieth the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness.
You see? So he's letting it be known, like, if you believe on him that justifieth the ungodly, you sinners, right? His faith, your belief makes you righteous. Just like with Abraham. Wasn't no work he did, right? The Most High told him, go count the stars. That's how numerous your seed gonna be. Abraham believed it, you're righteous. That's what deemed him righteous. Really? Now, watch this. Next verse.
6. Even as David also described the blessedness of the man unto whom Elohim imputed righteousness without works.
Now we talking about David. That's Psalms the 132nd chapter. David was talking about the man who the Most High will blot his sins out. Why? Because of something he did? Huh? Or because you what? Believe, faith. Your belief, man. Your belief is what justify you before the Most High. You understand? You're willing to repent and turn away from the wickedness. Yeah. Now watch this. Now David was quoting that in the Psalms. So Paul ain't making this up. He in Genesis, now he in Psalms. Next verse, what it say?
Saying, blessed are they whose iniquities are forgiven, whose sins are converted.
And whose sins are covered. Covered. Yeah. Next verse, come on.
Blessed is the man to whom the Lord will not impute sin.
See, Psalms again. Come on.
Cometh this blessedness then upon the circumcision only, or upon the uncircumcision also? We say that faith was reckoned to Abraham for righteousness.
So the question come up, is it on the circumcision only or the uncircumcision? Huh? Because we just read up in verse, 4, 5, and 6, that the Most High deemed Abraham righteous. So the question comes up. Because circumcision was on the table back then with this new belief in Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Question come up. Does this blessedness, you know what I'm saying, being deemed righteous, is it on the circumcision only or the uncircumcision? Because you had circumcised Israelites that were born under the covenant, you dig, and you had uncircumcised Israelites that were not born under the covenant. We just read about them in the Maccabees. We read about them in Jeremiah, the 9th chapter. Moses said, circumcise the foreskin of your heart. Now watch this. Good question. Come on. Verse 10.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
How was it then reckoned when he was in circumcision or in uncircumcision?
That's the question. when Genesis 15 and Abraham was declared righteous, was he circumcised then or not? He wasn't circumcised in Genesis 17. No, he wasn't. Go ahead.
Not in circumcision,
Uh-huh.
but in uncircumcision.
Wow. Now that's a hard pill to swallow. You see, the Most High declaring men righteous while they uncircumcised. Dang. Go ahead. And again, not teaching don't get, so eventually you got to go get circumcised. Look, Paul had to circumcise Timothy eventually. You got the belief, and you got to get circumcised though. Now watch this. Come on, verse 11.
And he received the sign of the circumcision, a seal of the righteous.
So the sign of the circumcision is a seal of the righteousness of what?
Of the faith.
Of what?
Faith.
Of the faith. Come on.
Which he had yet been uncircumcised.
Do y'all hear that? You see that? How is he receiving a sign of circumcision, which is your faith, which he had while he was uncircumcised? Why? Because he believed or had faith in the word of the Most High. So that's the circumcision the scriptures is dealing with before it's even dealing with the physical aspect of it. It's the faith. Your faith makes you spiritually circumcised in the heart and the mind. It's your faith. All you gotta do is look at the life of Abraham. Look at what happened. You feel me? He was spiritually circumcised because of his faith. The righteous seal, a seal of the righteousness of faith. He received the sign or the signal of circumcision. Then he explained it, a seal of the righteousness of faith, right? Which he had yet being uncircumcised, fleshly speaking. But in the eyes of the Almighty, he was circumcised because the faith means belief, a strong conviction in the truth. You see? Dang. So Abraham actually was spiritually circumcised in the eyes of the Most High before he even physically was. So for any believing, like for the council, our brother was just asking about the council in Acts 15. You know what I'm saying? When they was talking about you ain't got to get circumcised. Eventually you got to, though. This is Paul bringing up Abraham right here. He was a brother that was uncircumcised but believed. And eventually did what? As a grown man, what? Got circumcised. You feel me? And we claim we part of the same faith. Eventually, all them grown men, they come into the truth and accept Messiah. And eventually, you got to go get physically circumcised. Abraham did it. Timothy did it. Well, who are you? All right, go ahead. What else to say? That he might what?
I'm something 11 again.
All right, come on.
He received the sign of circumcision, a seal of righteousness, of faith, of the faith, which he had yet been uncircumcised, that he might be the father of all them that believe. That makes sense.
Come on.
Though they be not circumcised, that righteousness might be imputed unto them also.
He said that was the whole point. You know what I'm saying? Abraham was uncircumcised, then got circumcised, that he might be the father of all them that believe.
Because they would become circumcised like he did.
Yeah. As a man, Proverbs 23:7. You feel me? As a man thinketh, so is he. He did. He man was circumcised in the eyes of the Most High before he ever physically was.
And that's why it's imputed to him or given to him now.
Yeah, exactly. You dig? So, which is powerful because there were a lot of Israelites that grew up outside of the land, not up under the covenant, whose forefathers made covenants with heathens and their gods, and eventually would have to come back into who they were and their culture through the belief, faith in the word of the Most High, which was the Messiah made flesh. Eventually, you got to get it. Eventually, but you're doing the same steps as Abraham. He was uncircumcised, but believed, and eventually, what? He got circumcised, physically speaking. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean the Most High not dealing with you because you ain't got it physically done yet. You feel me? If you grown and you believe in the new covenant and you got the cigarello look, you know what I'm saying? Guess what you need to do? You need to start making plans to get a physical, you know what I'm saying, circumcision. This is what it is. All right? Come on, let's get it. Verse 12.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
And the father of circumcision to them who are not circumcised, circumcision only, but who also walk in the steps of the faith of our father
Mhm.
Abraham, which he had been
Yet uncircumcised. You dig? And again, y'all, don't get it out your mind that he like people read this and start thinking that he talking about Ned Flanders and them. And, you know what I'm saying? Steven Spielberg. You dig? Without the understanding that there were millions of uncircumcised Israelites in the ancient world because of the history of us being Hellenized. Hellenized is a culture, meaning we took on a word, meaning we took on Greek culture and Greek gods and the Greek tongue. You know what I'm saying? You dig? So how are you thinking about other nations and not thinking about your own? Like you left all your brothers over here that whose forefathers went off. You think the Messiah ain't died so they can come back into the fold? You feel me? So we as the 12 tribes can rule this nation, rule this earth again. All right. Jump down to 19. 19.
Verse 19.
Mhm.
And being not weak in faith,
Mhm.
he considered not his own body
Mhm.
now dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb.
Do y'all hear that? He wasn't weak in faith. Most High said, you're going to have a child. He about 100 years old. And the Most High told him you're going to have it. He didn't say, well, dang, you about 50 years too late, Lord. You dig? He is 100 and believed everything the Most High promised him. He believed it, man. All right? Didn't care if the woman was going through menopause or not. He believed it. You dig? All things are possible to him that believe. Verse 20, what did it say?
Verse 20. He staggered not at the promise of God through unbelief.
Through what?
Unbelief.
See, so if you stagger or doubt the promise of the Most High, doubt is the enemy of your faith. You dig? You got to have full-fledged belief in the promise of the Most High, no matter what situation you're going through in life. You dig? The bigger your faith, the bigger your miracles. Flat out. Flat out. Flat out. The bigger the faith, later the doubting, the spirit of doubting is actually the spirit of the Satan. That's his spirit. One of his main spirits is how you attack your faith. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that can't happen. You dig? Nah, get behind me. All things are possible. You dig? Ain't nothing impossible for my Lord, for my master. Nothing. All right, go ahead.
But was strong in faith,
Giving
glory to Elohim.
As an old man. Go ahead.
And being fully persuaded that what he had promised, he was able also to perform.
What? Today you would call that a miracle, wouldn't you? He popped a baby at 100. His wife was 90. And that was the promised son that the 12 tribes would come through. He ain't staggered the promise of the Most High through unbelief. He was fully persuaded. But if the Most High said it, it'll get done. That's how we got to be. That's what made him righteous. His belief. And then whatever the Most High commanded him to do, he did it. Which is nothing. He didn't fail not one test. Not one. 22. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And therefore it was imputed to him for righteousness.
And therefore was what?
Imputed. To him. For righteousness.
For righteousness, because he believed. He believed. All right. We're gonna go ahead and pray on out, y'all. Also read that Galatians 6. Galatians 6, you read like verse 6 on down to the end. He gonna address circumcision, Paul, again. You know what I'm saying? And he just was like, circumcision or uncircumcision don't avail. But what? A new creature. You know what I'm saying? None of it means anything unless you accepted the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? If you accepted the Messiah, you'd be fully well or fully prepared to do what the Most High commands you to do. Okay, so read that Galatians 6 when you get a chance to. All right, so all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High. And again, Paul's argument was simply that just because you have a fleshly cutting, you feel me, does not guarantee you the kingdom. Why not? Because you could be operating on what? A Gentile, wicked, heathen mind. And think you stirred because of your fleshly cutting. So I pray everybody got some understanding. You know what I'm saying? All praise and glory now to the Most High, the owner, the creator, and the possessor of all things. All right, y'all, we gonna pray on out. Okay, cool. You said buffering is breaking up. Am we breaking up? Dang. Hopefully, let me exhaust some of these. Hold on. Hold on. I don't need this one up either. Break that on up. Bang. All right, hopefully that's better. Hopefully that's better. Give me a Yahoo or something. That's my phone show is Paul. Dang. We good. We good. We good. We good. We good. We good. Clear. Yahoo. All right, y'all. We about to pray on out. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Shabbat. Let's go ahead and rattle these heavens real quick. Wake Nehemiah back up. Yeah. Real thing this. That's better. Papi Shoe.
I'm going to practice my belief in that back pew. It's called lay it down.
Yeah, you be all right. People get tired every day, B.
That's right.
Be all right, son.
Me,
yeah, you mean ain't you?
Ain't me, bro.
I guess sleep was invented for you, huh?
It runs from me. My wife told me to get one.
All right, y'all. We about to pray on out. All right, y'all face Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? Again, we don't pray like heathens. You know what I'm saying? We do not pray like heathens around here. One thing we don't do. All right. We're going to do what thus saith the Most High. Again, y'all, the new covenant and circumcision. And brother simply was saying that just because you're physically circumcised don't guarantee you the kingdom. Feel me? You have to be circumcised in spirit or in heart, which is the full faith and belief in the Son of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's what declare you righteous. And if you got that belief or that full faith, guess what you're going to do? You're going to keep the word of the Most High. You're going to keep it just like Abraham did, who kept the laws as well, who was under, just so happened to be up under what? The same priesthood that we up under, that the Messiah is the high priest of. If he wasn't, why in Genesis 14, he paid homage to Melchizedek? Just so happened to be the same priesthood the Messiah is high priest of. So this new covenant is a renewed covenant that was going on before Moses. Dang, that's a whole nother topic too. They really ain't ready. So all praises, all glory, all honor to the Most High, on the creator and possessor of all things, Nehemiah, my brother. That brew back there in them donuts. Hey, whatever, man. You gotta love me. All right, y'all, let's get it done. Abino, Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh, Shimka, Tabo, Malkuteka, yeah, I say, Ratzonka, Kabashemayim, Kang, Baharet, Etlakem, Kukenu, Tanglanu, Hayo, Uslaklanu, Oh, Kataenu, Kamo, Shelso King, Gam, Anaknu, Lakotin, Lanu, Wa'al, Tabienu, Lide, Nisayo, Ki, E, Kotzenu, Minhara, Kilaka, Hamamlaka, Wahagura, Wahativaret, Laome, Olamin, Amen. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yah. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Yahweh. Elohim. El-Elyon. Rain down your Ruach. HaKodesh. Let your power and your mind live in us forever. Bahashem. Hamashiach. Yahushua. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Yahweh. Elohim. El-Elyon. Rain down your Ruach. HaKodesh. Let your power and your mind live in us forever. Bahashem. Hamashiach. Yahushua. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Yahweh. Elohim. Hamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh,
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Elohim,
Elohim,
El-Elyon,
El-Elyon,
rain down
rain down,
your Ruach
your Ruach
HaKodesh.
HaKodesh,
Let your power
let your power
and your mind
and your mind
live
live
in us
in us
forever.
forever.
By Hashem,
By Hashem,
Hamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh,
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Elohim,
Elohim,
El-Elyon,
El-Elyon,
rain down
rain down
your Ruach
your Ruach
HaKodesh.
HaKodesh,
Let your power
let your power
and your
and
mind
your mind
live
live
in us
in us
forever.
forever.
By Hashem,
By Hashem,
Hamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh,
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Elohim,
Elohim,
El-Elyon,
El-Elyon,
rain down
rain down
your Ruach
your Ruach
HaKodesh.
HaKodesh,
Let your power
let your power
and your mind
and your mind
live
live
in us
in us
forever.
forever.
By Hashem,
By Hashem,
Hamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh,
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Elohim,
Elohim,
El-Elyon,
El-Elyon,
rain down
rain down
your Ruach
your Ruach
HaKodesh.
HaKodesh,
Let your power
let your power
and your mind
and your mind
live
live
in us
in us
forever.
forever.
By Hashem,
By Hashem,
Hamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Yahushua,
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 Yahushua.
Yahushua,
Hallelujah,
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 hallelujah, hallelujah,
hallelujah,
hallelujah,
hallelujah,
hallelujah, hallelujah,
hallelujah,
hallelujah.
hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yeah, yeah, real thing this. Oh, praise, glory, and honor to the Most High. Yeah, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Forever live his anointed, beloved Son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. All right, y'all, enjoy the rest of your Shabbat. Know the power of the Most High in your mind, desired in your heart. You understand? And fulfill it in your body. Our war is with the adversary, not with each other. Love the Most High, love his people. You feel me? Gather yourselves together, O Zion. Until the next time. Be back up in a few hours. Until the next time. And look at this dude hurt, man. Get him off me, man. You're going off. Until the next time. You dig? May you all be blessed. Shabbat shalom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.